हर काम में इतना टाइम, मेरा बिजनेस टेक ऑफ कैसे करेगा?
बिल्कुल करेगा, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है ना। आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का इंस्टा बेस ऐप,
हर बिजनेस बैंकिंग नीड एक ऐप करे कंप्लीट। पॉकेट में एनी कस्टमर एनी बैंक, सबके लिए ये सुपर ऐप। पॉकेट रॉकेट, पॉकेट रॉकेट, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है। पॉकेट में इंस्टा बेस, पॉकेट में इंस्टेंट ओडी बीओएस सॉल्यूशंस, एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट फिकर नॉट जी, कर लो ट्रांजैक्शन। पॉकेट रॉकेट, पॉकेट रॉकेट, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है। पॉकेट में इंस्टा बेस, पॉकेट में।
आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का इंस्टा बेस ऐप सभी बैंक्स के कस्टमर्स के लिए सारी बिजनेस बैंकिंग सर्विसेज का एक सुपर ऐप। पॉकेट में
रॉकेट है।
Pocket में rocket है, pocket में इंस्टा बेस, pocket में।
डाउनलोड इंस्टा बेस।
Tap tap, one app to choose any bank you want. Link any bank or many banks.
Yeah, come on.
Try this, take your pick, looking slick. All aboard, scan any QR code. Tap tap, get this fact, send money to any contact.
Seriously.
Tap tap, take it fast, take it slow, pay any bill. Hello? Pay any bill on the go. She's on your mind,
That's right.
in your heart,
Really.
anytime.
Say what?
Get a credit card.
You got it.
She said yes. Get it all, no less. Dream home, get a loan.
Time. Let's go.
iMobile Pay one app for anything, anyone, anytime.
ब्रांच बंद, इंपोर्ट की अर्जेंट पेमेंट कैसे करूं?
एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट बैंकिंग की प्रॉब्लम, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है ना। आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का इंस्टा बेस ऐप।
6:30 7:30 बैंक की टाइमिंग छोड़ यार, ऐप पे कर ले हर ट्रांजैक्शन, यूरो डॉलर या दिनार। पॉकेट में रॉकेट है। पॉकेट में इंस्टा बेस, पॉकेट में।
आईसीआईसीआई बैंक के इंस्टा बेस ऐप पे मिले एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट ट्रांजैक्शंस के साथ ढेरों बिजनेस बैंकिंग सर्विसेज एक सुपर ऐप पर। डाउनलोड इंस्टा बेस।
Vanakkam and welcome to Oh, hold on. Sorry guys, I was just paying up for my niece's birthday cake. All of you keep asking me how it feels to be a leading all-rounder, all those wickets, all those runs and whatnot. Well, just as you saw, it's not easy at all. Luckily this time around, all-rounder friend of mine saved me from getting bowled over by my mom. That's the one. ICICI Bank iMobile Pay app. I just paid for the cake with a phone number because of this champion app which is making life super convenient for everyone. Seriously, now you can pay instantly to any contact or scan any QR code and whatnot. That's like packing all my bowling variations together into one app. And you know what the best part is? Anyone can download the iMobile Pay app and link any bank account and voila, you get started. What a convenient, reliable and consistent performer, just like me.
अरे अगर ओवरड्राफ्ट डिले तो बिजनेस ओवर, मैं ओवर।
नेवर। ओवरड्राफ्ट का स्ट्रेस ओवर, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है ना। आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का इंस्टा बेस ऐप
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 लाख का इंस्टेंट ओडी अकाउंट हो चाहे किसी बैंक में, ओवरड्राफ्ट हो इसी ऐप से।
पॉकेट में रॉकेट है, पॉकेट में इंस्टाबिज, पॉकेट में।
आईसीआईसीआई बैंक के इंस्टाबिज ऐप पे मिले 25 लाख तक की ओडी सभी बैंक के कस्टमर्स को। डाउनलोड इंस्टाबिज।
शत्रु से युद्ध शायद मेरी नियति है। आर्मी में सीमा पार से आने वाले शत्रुओं से लड़ता था। मुझे आज भी वो सारी लड़ाइयां याद हैं जिसके लिए आर्मी ने मेडल का सम्मान दिया और शत्रु ने गोली का निशान दिया। आज एक नए शत्रु की बात करेंगे जो यहां से घुसता है, प्यार से शब्दों की गोलियां बरसाता है और निशाने पे होता है आपका पैसा। मैं स्कैमर्स की बात कर रहा हूं जो आप ही के फोन के जरिए आपका विश्वास जीतकर आपका अकाउंट खाली कर देते हैं। ये स्कैमर्स सिर्फ आपके नहीं पूरे देश के लिए खतरा है, बिकॉज सेफ बैंकिंग इज द बेडरॉक ऑफ इंडियन इकोनॉमी। तो आइए ये शपथ लें कि हम मिलकर इस शत्रु से लड़ेंगे। हमारा हथियार सावधानी और समझदारी। नंबर 1, अलर्ट रहिए, किसी अननोन लिंक पर क्लिक मत कीजिएगा। इससे जाने अनजाने में आप अपने कॉन्फिडेंशियल डिटेल शेयर कर देते हैं। नंबर 2, काम रहिए, जल्दबाजी में अपना यूपीआई पिन इस्तेमाल मत कीजिएगा। ध्यान रहे यूपीआई पिन पैसा देते वक्त इस्तेमाल होता है, लेते वक्त नहीं। नंबर 3, अपने पर्सनल डिटेल्स जैसे ईमेल आईडी, फोन नंबर्स, बैंक अकाउंट नंबर्स वगैरह सोशल मीडिया पर कभी न डालें। शत्रु की नजर हर जगह है। नंबर 4, सावधान, किसी अननोन सोर्स से बिना जांचे कोई ऐप डाउनलोड या इंस्टॉल ना करें। इससे दुश्मन आपकी सारी कॉन्फिडेंशियल डिटेल्स निकाल लेता है। नंबर 5, ओटीपी, सीवीवी, यूजर आईडी और अपने पासवर्ड्स सिर्फ अपने पास रखें। आर्मी में हम अपने बडीज पर बहुत डिपेंड करते हैं, तो अगर आपसे गलती से भी कोई इंफॉर्मेशन स्कैमर्स के साथ शेयर हो गई हो तो तुरंत अपने बडीज यानी कि बैंक के कस्टमर केयर से संपर्क करें। बस बन गए आप एक सोल्जर, अपने लिए और भारत के लिए।
आदित्य, आर्यन मुझे फोन कर रहा है, समथिंग अबाउट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स। तुम देख लो ना। थैंक गॉड आदित्य ये सब हैंडल कर लेता है। Here you go, ma'am. We're all set for the 5 p.m. meeting.
You know, my husband used to handle my money too. But then, that was when I realized I didn't know anything. I didn't know about our investments or his insurance policy. मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था कि मेरे नाम पे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स क्या क्या है। मुझे 2 साल लगे ये सब फिगर आउट करने में। But I don't want anyone to go through what I did. Stop talking about money. सवाल पूछो कि इन्वेस्टमेंट पोर्टफोलियो कैसे बनाते हैं, म्यूचुअल फंड्स पे रिटर्न्स क्या आ रहे हैं, जानो कि एफडी रेट्स क्या मिल रहे हैं, प्लान करो कि फैमिली और अपने फ्यूचर ड्रीम्स के लिए कितनी सेविंग्स करनी पड़ेगी, इमरजेंसी फंड कितना लगेगा। सवाल पूछो, पैसों के बारे में जानो, क्योंकि जितना तुम पैसों के बारे में पूछोगे तभी तुम फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट बनोगे।
मैम मेरा एक सवाल है, मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा या नीचे?
ये हुआ ना सही सवाल. Let's go.
Start taking charge of your own finances. It's easy. Contact your nearest ICICI Bank branch or your relationship manager for guidance today. ICICI Bank.
ICICI Bank has always worked towards enhancing customers' convenience and banking experience through innovation and technology, continuing its journey of bank tech to serve the society and to serve the customers. ICICI Bank's cutting-edge innovation initiative using satellite technology is making finance accessible to our farmers in a simple, easy, convenient, secure manner right at their doorsteps. All made possible with ICICI Bank's satellite-based farm assessment, powered with Earth observation satellites and satellite imagery analysis. ICICI Bank can now remotely get data on crop health and yield predictions to determine the creditworthiness of a farmer, completely doing away with physical travel to remote areas for farmland verification. Through this innovative technology, the bank captures information remotely and accurately on multiple parameters like farm crop yields, rainfall and temperature data for past years, soil moisture levels in past years, surface water availability, trends in crop sowing, including crop name, tentative sowing and harvesting weeks, agriculture land location details. These parameters help estimate future yields and forecast revenues, enabling speedy credit assessment and reducing the turnaround time to just a few days. ICICI Bank's satellite-based farm assessment promises to open a world of infinite possibilities to empower our farmers. More than 1 lakh ICICians are dedicated to the service of society.
तरह तरह के कलेक्शंस हैंडल करूं या अपना बिजनेस करूं?
डिंग डोंग, कलेक्शंस का स्ट्रेस, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है ना? आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का इंस्टाबिज ऐप।
करो किसी बैंक का अकाउंट लिंक, QR POS आ जाए टिंग, सभी सेटलमेंट एक ऐप पर मिल जाए पेमेंट्स डिंग डोंग डिंग। रॉकेट पॉकेट रॉकेट पॉकेट में रॉकेट है, पॉकेट में इंस्टाबिज पॉकेट में।
आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का इंस्टाबिज ऐप सभी बैंक्स के कस्टमर्स के लिए सारे पेमेंट सॉल्यूशंस एक सुपर ऐप पर। पॉकेट में
रॉकेट है,
पॉकेट में रॉकेट है, पॉकेट में।
डाउनलोड इंस्टाबिज।
शाबाश ओए उमरान, बस ऐसे विकेट्स लेते रहना और फास्ट बॉल फेंकते रहना। जो करूँगा, फास्ट के सिवा कुछ नहीं करूँगा। बस अपना भाई तेज सुपर फास्ट एक्सप्रेस की तरह घर का खाना लेके यहाँ पहुँच जाए, फिर मैं चैन से सो जाऊँगा। तेज, तू मेरी फास्ट बॉलिंग की तरह ये पेमेंट कर सकता था, पूछ कैसे? सिंपल है, ICICI बैंक आई मोबाइल पे ऐप की मदद से। चल मुझे मिठाई वाले का नंबर बता। जिस स्पीड से मेरी बॉल विकेट तक पहुंचती है, उसी स्पीड से आप ICICI बैंक आई मोबाइल पे ऐप से पेमेंट कर सकते हैं। कोई भी QR कोड स्कैन करें या किसी भी नंबर पे पे करें। ICICI बैंक आई मोबाइल पे ऐप है सुपर फास्ट। पर याद रखो, 157 की स्पीड से तो बॉल तो उमरान ही फेंकता है।
Tap one app to choose any bank you want. Link any bank or many banks.
Yeah, come on.
Try this, take your pick, looking slick. All aboard, scan any QR code. Tap, get this fact, send money to any contact.
Seriously.
Tap, take it fast, take it slow, pay any hello? Pay any bill, on the go, she's on your mind.
That's right.
In your heart,
Really?
anytime,
Say what?
get a credit card.
You got it.
She said yes, get it all, no less. Dream home, get a loan.
Let's go.
iMobile Pay one app for anything, anyone, anytime.
मेरा नाम योगिता ढोरमरे है। मैं 13 साल की हूँ। मैं महाराष्ट्र के लातूर जिले के एक छोटे से गांव शिवली में रहती हूँ। मुझे स्कूल जाना बहुत पसंद है। आई बाबा हमेशा से चाहते हैं कि मैं डॉक्टर या इंजीनियर बनूं। बस उनके इसी सपने को पूरा करने के लिए मैं स्कूल में मन लगाकर पढ़ती हूँ। हमारा गांव शिवली बहुत सुंदर है, लेकिन यहाँ बारिश कम होने के कारण हमेशा पानी की कमी रही है। इसी वजह से हमारे स्कूल में भी पानी नहीं आता था, ना पीने के लिए ना ही हाथ धोने के लिए। हम सब बच्चों को पानी घर से ही भरकर लाना पड़ता था। पानी खत्म हो जाने पर खाना खाने या बाथरूम जाने के लिए वापस घर जाना पड़ता था। स्कूल में हमें सिखाया जाता है कि जल ही जीवन है, पर शिवली में रहकर सही मायने में पता चलता है कि जल है तो ही जीवन है। हमें समझ नहीं आता था कि आखिर शिवली गांव का सारा पानी जाता कहाँ है।
पड़े रे पान्या पड़ पानी पानी। शेत माझ लईता नेलं चातकावानी।
फिर एक दिन हमारे स्कूल में ICICI फाउंडेशन से कुछ लोग आए। उन्होंने हमें दिखाया कि कैसे स्कूल की छत पर गिरने वाले बारिश के पानी को बहने से बचाकर जमा किया जा सकता है और फिर पूरे साल उसका इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है। इसे रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम कहते हैं। कुछ ही दिनों में ICICI फाउंडेशन ने ये सिस्टम और 380 फीट का बोरवेल हमारे स्कूल में लगा भी दिया। इस सिस्टम में बारिश का पानी स्कूल की छत पे इकट्ठा होकर एक चैनल से पाइप में जाता है। फिर ये पानी पाइप और बोरवेल में लगे फिल्टर की मदद से साफ होकर बोरवेल में जमा होता है और एक पंप की मदद से इस पानी को निकालकर इसका उपयोग किया जाता है। इस सिस्टम के लगते ही धीरे धीरे सब बदलने लगा। स्कूल के सूखे नलों में साफ पानी जो आने लगा। अब हमें पीने का साफ पानी स्कूल में ही मिल जाता है और बार बार घर जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है। इससे स्कूल में पढ़ने खेलने के लिए अब हमें ज्यादा समय मिलता है। साफ पानी के आने से हमारा स्वास्थ्य बेहतर हुआ है और हम बीमार भी कम पड़ते हैं। अब गर्मी का मौसम हो या सर्दी का, स्कूल में हम सब पूरा दिन बिता पाते हैं। ICICI फाउंडेशन ने तो मानो हमारे स्कूल में पानी का बैंक लगा दिया है। मेरे बाबा कह रहे थे कि ये सिस्टम स्कूल के आसपास की जमीन को भी पानी पहुंचाएगा। जिससे गांव के किसान खुशी खुशी एक से ज्यादा फसल लगा सकेंगे। पानी बचाने के इस तरीके ने हमें सिखाया है कि कल के जल की तैयारी आज से ही शुरू होती है। इसलिए शिवली के हम सारे बच्चे ICICI फाउंडेशन को धन्यवाद कहते हैं।
Thank you ICICI Foundation.
धन हाती तुझ्या रे नशीब, पिका पाण्याची चिंता मिटल, तळी पुन्हा भरतील समृद्धी येईल, पुढे दिस सोन्याचे येतील।
बैंक के हर काम में इतना टाइम, मेरा बिजनेस टेक ऑफ कैसे करेगा?
बिल्कुल करेगा, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है ना। ICICI बैंक का इंस्टाबिज ऐप।
हर बिजनेस बैंकिंग नीड एक ऐप करे कंप्लीट। पॉकेट में एनी कस्टमर एनी बैंक, सबके लिए ये सुपर ऐप। पॉकेट रॉकेट पॉकेट रॉकेट, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है पॉकेट में। पॉकेट में इंस्टाबिज, पॉकेट में इंस्टेंट ओडी POS सॉल्यूशंस, एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट फिकर नॉट जी, कर लो ट्रांजैक्शन। पॉकेट रॉकेट पॉकेट रॉकेट, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है पॉकेट में इंस्टाबिज, पॉकेट में।
ICICI बैंक का इंस्टाबिज ऐप सभी बैंक्स के कस्टमर्स के लिए सारी बिजनेस बैंकिंग सर्विसेज का एक सुपर ऐप। पॉकेट में
रॉकेट है,
पॉकेट में रॉकेट है पॉकेट में इंस्टाबिज, पॉकेट में।
डाउनलोड इंस्टाबिज।
Good afternoon, everyone. It's now 3 p.m. The requisite quorum being present, I declare the meeting open. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I welcome you all to the 28th Annual General Meeting AGM of ICICI Bank Limited. I hope you and your families are safe and in good health. In compliance with the applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, read with rules made thereunder and general circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, this AGM is being held through video conferencing / other audiovisual means. The bank has taken all the feasible efforts to enable the members to participate through video conferencing / other audiovisual means and vote on the items of business to be transacted at the AGM. I am participating in this AGM from bank's office in New Delhi. I am an independent director on the board of the bank and also chair the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee of the bank. I'll introduce the board members present with me. To my left is Ms. Vibha Paul Rishi, independent director of the bank and chairperson of Customer Services Committee. To my right is Ms. Neelam Dhawan, independent director of the bank and chairperson of the Board Governance, Remuneration and Nomination Committee. Next to Ms. Dhawan, we have Mr. S. Madhavan, independent director of the bank and chairman of Risk Committee. I now request other independent directors on the board of the bank to introduce themselves. I'll start with Mr. Hari L. Mundra.
Thank you, Chairman. Hello, friends. I'm Hari Mundra, one of the independent directors of the board of your bank. I'm the chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee. I'm participating in this AGM from California. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mundra, for introducing yourself. Mr. Radha Krishnan Nair.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon to all. I am Radha Krishnan Nair, independent director of the bank and chairman of the Fraud Monitoring Committee. I am participating in this meeting from my residence in Mumbai. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nair. Mr. B. Sriram.
Good afternoon to all of you. I am B. Sriram, independent director of the bank and chairman of the Information Technology Strategy Committee, and I am participating in this meeting from my residence in Chennai.
Thank you, Mr. Sriram. Mr. Uday Chitale. Yeah, Mr. Chitale, please. You are on mute. You are on mute. Please unmute yourself. Still, we are not able to get your voice. Mr. Chitale, it seems that there is some problem in the audio. Your video is quite clear, but audio is not working, it seems. Just try it once more. No, it seems. Okay, I'll introduce you. Mr. Uday Chitale is an independent director of the bank and chairman of Audit Committee. He is participating in this meeting from his residence at Mumbai.
Yeah, I think now it has come.
Yeah. So we can have your word. It's all right. Thank you very much. Mr. Sandeep Bakshi, Managing Director and CEO of the bank, is joining us from Mumbai. May I request Mr. Sandeep Bakshi to introduce himself and others who are present with him in Mumbai.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Sandeep Bakshi. I welcome you all to the 28th Annual General Meeting of the bank. I am attending this AGM from the corporate office of the bank, situated in Bandra Kurla Complex, Mumbai. I will now introduce to you members of the board and senior management present with me. To my right is Mr. Anup Bagchi, Executive Director of the bank. Next to Mr. Bagchi, we have Mr. Rakesh Jha, Executive Director Designate. Seated to the right of Mr. Jha is Mr. Ranganath Atarya, Company Secretary of the bank. To my left is Mr. Sandeep Batra, Executive Director of the bank. Seated to his left, we have Mr. Anandya Banerjee, Group Chief Financial Officer of the bank. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sandeep, for introducing members of the board and senior management present with you. All the members of the board and senior management of the bank are present at this 28th annual general meeting. The authorized representatives of Messrs. MSKA and Associates and Messrs. KKC and Associates LLP, Chartered Accountants, formerly Messrs. Khimji Kumarji and Company LLP, Joint Statutory Auditors, and Messrs. Parikh and Associates, Secretarial Auditors, are attending this AGM through video conferencing / other audiovisual means. As required under Regulation 13 of the Securities and Exchange Board of India, Share-Based Employee Benefits and Sweat Equity Regulations 2021, a certificate from the Secretarial Auditors of the bank stating that the employee stock option scheme of the bank has been implemented in accordance with the said regulations has been obtained by the bank and is placed before this meeting and is available for inspection. The statutory registers as required under the Companies Act 2013, Auditor's Report, Secretarial Audit Report, and the documents referred to in the notice of AGM are open for inspection. As this AGM is being held through video conferencing / other audiovisual means, there was no requirement of appointment of proxies by the members. Register of proxies is therefore not applicable for this AGM and not available for inspection. Coming to the business of the meeting, with your permission, I shall now take the notice convening this meeting as read. In line with the provisions of Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013 and Secretarial Standard on General Meetings, only the qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks in the auditor's report on the financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company are required to be read out at the AGM. As there are no qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks of the auditors, the auditor's report is not required to be read. As per the Secretarial Standard on General Meetings, only the qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks in the Secretarial Audit Report which have any material adverse effect on the functioning of the company are required to be read out at the AGM. As there are no qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks of the Secretarial Auditor, the Secretarial Audit Report is not required to be read. For the benefit of the members, we have arranged for a presentation which would be screened now. May I request our MD and CEO to take us through the presentation.
Good afternoon once again to all of you. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We hope that all of you are safe, healthy, and doing well. I will take you briefly through our presentation and then we would be happy to take your questions. At ICICI Bank, we aim to grow the core operating profit in a risk-calibrated manner through a 360-degree customer-centric approach and by focusing on ecosystems and micro markets. We continue to operate within a strategic framework and strengthen our franchise and expand our technology and digital offerings. The core operating profit grew by 22.3% year-on-year to 383.47 billion rupees in financial year 2022. The profit after tax grew by 44.1% year-on-year to 233.39 billion rupees in financial year 2022. During financial year 2022, we continued to strengthen our banking franchise. Total deposits grew by 14.2% year-on-year to 10.6 trillion rupees at March 31, 2022. Current and savings accounts deposits on a daily average basis increased by 25.5% or about 853 billion rupees in financial year 2022. Our digital platforms and solutions have played an important role in the growth of our deposit franchise. We have continued to increase the share of the granular diversified lending to retail and small business customers in our overall portfolio. The domestic loan book grew by 17.5% year on year at March 31, 2022, driven by retail loans which grew by 19.7% year on year, business banking loans which grew by 43% year on year, and SME loans which grew by 33.6% year on year respectively. The overall loan growth was 17.1% year on year. We saw continued improvement in asset quality during the year. Net NPAs declined by 24.2% year on year to 69.61 billion rupees at March 31, 2022. The net NPA ratio declined to 0.76% at March 31, 2022 from 1.14% at March 31, 2021. The bank held contingency provisions of 74.50 billion rupees or about 0.9% of the total advances as of March 31, 2022. We maintained a healthy capital position with a total capital adequacy ratio of 19.16%, Tier 1 ratio of 18.35% and CET1 ratio of 17.60% as of March 31, 2022. We continue to enhance our digital offerings and platforms to onboard new customers in a seamless manner and provide them end-to-end digital journeys and professionalized solutions. We have seen 6.3 million registrations by non-ICICI Bank account holders till March 31, 2022. The business banking and SME franchise continues to grow on the back of digital offerings and platforms like InstaBiz. In line with the philosophy of open architecture, we recently made the InstaBiz interoperable. Merchants, including those who do not have a current account with us, can instantly create digital collection solutions like UPI ID or QR code. Merchants can open a current account and avail an overdraft facility of up to 2.5 million rupees instantly through video KYC. In financial year 2022, the bank had launched ICICI Stack for corporates and has created more than 20 industry-specific stacks which provide bespoke and purpose-based digital solutions to corporate clients and their ecosystems. The Trade Emerge platform for cross-border trade offers an array of banking and value-added services to corporates in one place. The supply chain solutions enable corporates to seamlessly manage supply chain financing, payments, collections, and reconciliation requirements of their dealers and vendors in a convenient and paperless process. Now I will briefly talk about our performance in Q1 of 2023. The core operating profit grew by 19.4% year on year to 102.73 billion rupees. Profit after tax grew by 49.6% year on year to 69.05 billion rupees. Total deposits growing by about 13.4% year on year to about 10.5 trillion rupees at June 30, 2022. Total advances grew by 21.3% year on year and domestic advances grew by 21.7% year on year. Our provision coverage ratio on NPAs was 79.6% and net NPA ratio was 0.70% at June 30, 2022. In addition, we hold contingency provisions of 85 billion rupees or about 0.9% of advances. The capital position of the bank continued to be healthy with a CET1 ratio of 17.23%, Tier 1 ratio of 17.95% and total capital adequacy ratio of 18.74% at June 30, 2022, including profits for the quarter. Finally, beyond our financial performance, We continued our legacy of socio-economic development through various initiatives undertaken. In the ICICI Foundations for Inclusive Growth in areas like water conservation, skill development, and healthcare. During the year, the bank further institutionalized ESG in its operations and business by establishing an ESG policy with oversight by the Risk Committee of the Board. With this, I conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. The bank has received requests from some members expressing their desire to speak at this AGM. The list of such members is placed before me. I'll invite them one by one to express their views or ask questions. Members are kindly requested to focus their queries on matters pertaining to the notice of the meeting. Further, customer or employees' issues of the members may be taken up with the respective company officials. In order to accommodate the maximum number of speakers possible, we request the members to be brief and avoid repetition of questions so that other members also are given a fair opportunity. After hearing out all the speaker members' queries, if any, raised by the members would be collectively answered by the MD and CEO. Members whose names are called out are requested to unmute themselves and join by switching on the video and proceed to speak. If the member is unable to join through video mode for any reason, then the members can ask question or seek clarification through the audio mode. Members are requested to kindly ensure that they are seated in an area where there is proper lighting and minimum background sound. If it is observed that there is a connectivity problem at members' end, the next speaker will be invited to talk. If connectivity improves, we will try connecting the member again once other members who have registered complete their turn. Let me start by inviting speaker number 1, Mr. Rajendra Seth, who is joining us from Thane. Mr. Rajendra Seth.
हेलो हेलो सर
हाँ हाँ
आवाज आ रहा है
आवाज आ रहा है जी हाँ बोलिए
चेयरमैन सर मैनेजमेंट टीम और शेयर होल्डर भाइयों मैं राजेंद्र सेठ थाना बम्बई से बोल रहा हूँ सर मेरा तो शायद कितने थाना अपना राम मारुत जब से ब्रांच हुई जब से मेरा उधर सेविंग अकाउंट करंट अकाउंट डिमेंट अकाउंट तीनों अकाउंट तकरीबन मोर देन 25 ईयर्स सर मैं आईसीआई बैंक की सर्विस से एकदम संतुष्ट हूँ मेरे घर पे हमेशा मेरे मोबाइल पे कोई कितनी बैंक का फोन आता है कि हमारे यहाँ नहीं बोला आईसीआईसीआई बैंक से मैं बहुत संतुष्ट हूँ सर उसकी सर्विस से और सर आपने जो प्रेजेंटेशन किया ग्रोथ बैंक का बहुत अच्छा है बहुत मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा है सर मैं मैनेजमेंट को धन्यवाद देता हूँ सेक्रेटरी टीम का भी आभार मानता हूँ कि टाइम पे मेरे को हमेशा नोटिस मिलती है और डिटेल के साथ और लिंक भी मिली सर तो इसलिए मैं सेक्रेटरी का भी आभार मानता हूँ और मैं स्टार्टिंग से ही कंपनी का शेयर होल्डर हूँ सर तो बस खाली 2 ही क्वेश्चन था सर एक तो हम सेकंड और 3 टायर सिटी में जाने के लिए क्या सोच रहे हैं वो सर और दूसरा सर कि भाई इंटरेस्ट अभी ओल्ड एज मोर देन 60 वाले के लिए इंटरेस्ट रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट में कुछ ज़्यादा चेंजेस करेंगे कि नहीं ये बताइए बाकी मेरे को मैनेजमेंट के ऊपर पूरा भरोसा है मैं सब रिजोल्यूशन में सपोर्ट करता हूं और हार्दिक शुभेच्छा देता हूं तो चेयरमैन सर मैं एक ही सांस्कृतिक श्लोक की एक ही लिट्टी बोल के मैं मेरी स्पीच को विराम करूंगा प्लीज जरा सुनिए या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शांति रूपे नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः मेरे को बोलने का मौका दिया बहुत बहुत आभार धन्यवाद सर थैंक यू
Thank you Mr. Seth for sharing your thoughts and views and for attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 2 Mr. Gautam Nandi. He is going to join us from Kolkata. Mr. Nandi.
Am I audible, sir? Am I clearly audible?
Yes. You are clearly audible.
Good afternoon and namaskar. Yes, good afternoon and namaskar. respected chairperson, board of directors, and my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Gautam Nandi of Kolkata, the city of joy. Very old equity shareholder of ICICI Bank. Sir, firstly, I like to give thanks to your secretariat department for sending me annual report and other necessary relevant papers to email well in advance. And also, thanks for correcting me VC platform in a very smooth manner. So, especially thanks to our respected Bank Secretary, Mr. Ranganath, and his whole team for rendering good services to our minority shareholders. Sir, you are organizing your annual general meeting through video conference for the third time, which is a grand success like the previous years. Sir, your annual report is very attractive and also very informative, which is self-explanatory. Sir, in this context, I like to suggest please issue hard copy of annual report, at least in the speaker's shareholders, and please also mention the speaker's serial number with your link, though you have provided in this year. So please maintain it, sir. Sir, we are passing through a very tough and pandemic situation. COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine war, etc., etc. Every bank is suffering very much, sir, very much. But I find in this challenging year, our bank's performance is excellent. You are also giving very good dividend for minority shareholders. सर डिविडेंड में कोई छोटा बड़ा नहीं होता है, डिविडेंड डिविडेंड ही होता है. हर डिविडेंड हम लोगों के लिए एक रिवार्ड होता है. सो थैंक्स फॉर योर गुड डिविडेंड इन दिस टफ मार्केट सिनेरियो. सर, आई लाइक टू आस्क what is your roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years? Sir, your CSR activities are remarkable, so please keep it up. Sir, may I ask, have you given a booster dose to each and every employee of your bank? If not, please arrange immediately, because the employees are the pillars of our bank. और कोविड फिर बढ़ रहा है, इसलिए मेरा ये सजेशन है सर. सर, व्हाट अबाउट आवर बोनस शेयर्स? वी शैल बी वेरी हैप्पी if you issue bonus shares to our minority shareholders. Sir, it is to inform you that my present and personal account lie with your Netaji Subhash Road, Kolkata branch, and I am very happy with your service, sir. So thank you again, sir. Sir, I am very happy and very proud to be a shareholder of your company, of your bank, and I am very hopeful towards the prospect of our bank. I have full trust with our strong management, sir, like you, and so I wholeheartedly support your all resolutions, which I have already casted through my e-voting. Not only me, along with my family, casted in favor of you, obviously. Sir, I am very happy with your bank. Nothing to say more today. Looking forward with a positive outlook towards our bank with higher profit margin, handsome dividend, 1:1 bonus and return. May God bless you, sir. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nandi, for sharing your thoughts and views and for attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 3, Miss Lekha Shah. She is joining us from Mumbai. Miss Lekha Shah.
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me, sir? Yeah. Thank you, sir. Respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow members. Good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Lekha Shah from Mumbai. First of all, I'm very much thankful to our company secretary, Ranganathan ji, Pragarti ma'am, for extending very good investor services and also sending me the AGM notice well in time, which is full of knowledge, fact and figures in place. So, I'm very grateful to our company's secretarial team. Sir, I am glad our bank is doing very well in the field of CSR activities. Thank you, Sandeep sir, for such a informative and wonderful presentation. Thanks for the dividend, sir. Chairman sir, I pray to God that He always shower His blessing upon you. Sir, I am confident that with your vision and determination, you will lead our bank to greater height. And also, I pray to God, our bank should progress more and more under you and your team's work. Chairman, sir, I would like to ask you few questions. My first question is, how much is are leading to MSMI and percentage of loan to corporate and retail customers? My second question is, how many bankers branches we have in the rural area and any plans to open in the smaller cities? My third question is, how many employees and any new caring the employees in our bank? So I would like to say I strongly support all the resolutions for today's meeting and my best wishes always our bank and its prosperity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Shah, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 4, Mr. Praful Chavra, who's joining us from Hyderabad. So, Mr. Praful Chavra.
Hi, sir. Chairman, sir. Board
Yes.
of Directors, CFO, sir. मेरे साथी शेयरहोल्डर्स सर, आपका एजीएम रिपोर्ट के बाद चेयरमैन स्पीच में बैंक के बारे में पूरी जानकारी मिल जाती है। कोई शेयरहोल्डर तारीफ करता है, कोई शेयरहोल्डर ऑडियंस में भी बोलता है, तकलीफ वही बताते। तो मेरा एक सजेशन है कि जो बैंक का जो एजीएम है ना, पूरे बैंक के मैनेजर को, स्टाफ को भी व्हाट्सएप के जरिए मिलना चाहिए, ताकि वो लोगों को पता चले कि अपनी बैंक में किधर क्या हो रहा है, कैसा हो रहा है, हमने एमडी साहब ने क्या जवाब दिए और कितने लोग स्वीकर थे, कितने हमारे बैंक के शेयरहोल्डर ने इंटरेस्ट लिया। एक छोटा सा सजेशन है सर। सर, एक खास बात है सर, बैंक का काम बहुत डेंजरस काम है, लोडिंग का काम है, तकलीफ का काम है, क्यों बोले तो बहुत जिम्मेदारी का काम है। कुछ भी ऊपर नीचे हो गया तो जो एम्प्लॉयज की सैलरी है पूरी चली जाती है, नुकसान हो जाता है उसको, या कुछ न कुछ होता है, तकलीफ होती है। पासबुक में कभी 8 नंबर नहीं आता तो 0 हो जाता है, 8 लाख के बदले 0 आ जाता है, ऐसा होता है। दूसरी बैंक में हुआ है, मेरे साथ में हुआ है, इसलिए मैं आपको बताता हूँ। तो कस्टमर को समझाना एम्प्लॉयज को बहुत जिम्मेदारी का काम है। तो सर, एम्प्लॉयज को कई एम्प्लॉयज में देखा डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं, तकलीफ होती है उसको। जो आदमी डिप्रेशन में जाता है, एक खतरनाक बीमारी है, तो वो घर वाले को भी नुकसान पहुंचाता है, बैंक में एम्प्लॉयज तो बैंक को नुकसान पहुंचाता है, समाज को नुकसान पहुंचाता है। तो हम अपने बैंक से जितने एम्प्लॉयज है, इसको 3 महीने 6 महीने साइकोलॉजिकल डॉक्टर के पास या किसी में, और इसका मैनेजर भी ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि जो भी एम्प्लॉयज बैंक में काम करता है ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम वाला तो नहीं है ना, इसका प्रॉब्लम है तो जल्दी से सोल्व करना चाहिए, ताकि उसकी लाइफ अच्छी हो जाए और अपने बैंक का एम्प्लॉयज को, अपने को कोई किसी को तकलीफ न दे। सर, डीमेट अकाउंट ईएमसी चार्ज फ्री रखना चाहिए, और लेडीज कस्टमर है जो 60 इयर्स के ऊपर है, सीनियर सिटीजन है, उसको इंटरेस्ट रेट थोड़ा ज्यादा देना चाहिए, ताकि इसके अकाउंट में पैसा रहेगा। और बड़ी उम्र में भी अगर हस्बैंड का डेथ हो गया तो इसके बच्चे वो लेडीज को छोड़ दिए तो इसके अकाउंट में थोड़े बहुत पैसे होते हैं, इसको गुजारा अच्छी तरह हो जाए। ऐसे इसको इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा दिए तो घर वाले भी माँ के नाम पे या मिसेज के नाम पे पैसे ज्यादा डिपॉजिट कराएंगे, इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा मिलकर बोल के। तो सीनियर सिटीजन लेडीज को थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट रेट ज्यादा दे के इसको कुछ करना चाहिए। सर, सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए स्पेशल विंडो भी रखे सर, सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए स्पेशल सीटिंग भी रखे। कभी कभी बैंक में जाते हैं तो यंग जनरेशन सीट पे बैठ जाते हैं, सोफे पे बैठ जाते हैं, तो उठने नहीं देते। इसके बदले स्पेशल सीट के ऊपर सीनियर सिटीजन स्पेशल लिखा हुआ, तो सीनियर सिटीजन को सीट खाली करके भी वो देना पड़ता, तो सीनियर सिटीजन को अच्छा रहता है। जैसे आप भी सीनियर सिटीजन है, मैं भी सीनियर सिटीजन हूँ, तो कभी 15-20 मिनट ठहरना बोले तकलीफ की बात हो जाती है। और आजकल तो बीपी शुगर सामान्य कॉमन बीमारी हो गई है, तो इसके लिए भी कुछ करना चाहिए। और जीरो बैलेंस का अकाउंट के लिए भी आपकी सर्विस है कि नहीं है मुझे पता नहीं है, पहले थी, कभी जीरो बैलेंस नहीं है तो जीरो बैलेंस से भी स्टार्ट करना चाहिए। और सर, खासतौर पे CSR में अच्छा काम हो रहा है, इसके लिए मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूँ। पर कभी भी सर ब्रांड रेम्बरेसर मत रखिए, कंपनी पब्लिसिटी कंपनी की करना है तो आप खुद चेयरमैन सर आप आके बोले हमको अकाउंट खुलाइए, हम ये सर्विस देंगे, मैनेजर डायरेक्टर बोलेंगे, सीएफओ बोलेंगे। दूसरे जो कलाकार, फिल्मी कलाकार को आप लेंगे तो फिल्मी कलाकार की पब्लिसिटी होती है, मेरा ऐसा मानना है। बैंक की पब्लिसिटी नहीं होती है, उसके बड़े बड़े पोस्टर लगते हैं। बैंक तो इंटरेस्ट देता है तो छोटे वर्ड में बाजू में गए तो दिखने को मिलता है। और फिल्मी कलाकार का फोटोग्राफ है 10 फीट दूर से दिखता है, और इसके बाजू में क्या लिखा हुआ है उसके लिए 1 फीट बाजू में जाना पड़ता है। तो मेरे ख्याल से कोई भी बैंक की हेड है, इसमें चेयरमैन सर आप आइए, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर आइए, सीएफओ सर आके भी बोले कि हमारे बैंक में पैसे लगाइए, आपको बेनिफिट होगा, अच्छी सर्विस मिलेगी। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you, Mr. Chavda, for sharing your thoughts and views for attending the AGM. I now invite speaker number 5, Ms. Nisha G. Shanoy from Mumbai. Ms. Shanoy.
Yeah. I'm Nisha Ji. Hello, I'm Nisha Ji Shanoy from Bombay. Respected Honorable Chairman, other dignitaries on the board, and my fellow shareholders, good afternoon to all of you. I received the annual report well in time, which is knowledgeable, transparent, informative, and contains all the information as for the corporate governance. I thank the company secretary and his team. I should not forget to thank them once again for reminding me and helping me to speak just now. Once again, thankful to the company secretaries, without which I won't be in a position to speak. The chairman has given a fair picture regarding the working, profitability, and all the parameters of the bank. Thank you, Chairman, sir. At the outset, I am thankful to the management for getting various awards. This shows the hard work and sincerity of one and all staff. I am thankful to the board for recommending dividend for the financial year 21-22. I am also very proud that the bank has done excellent work in the field of CSR activities. Chairman, sir, I have some questions. My first question is, are we planning to open any new branches and ATMs in Metro? If yes, please name the place. My question number 2, how many accounts were opened online? Please let me know the number. How many home loan applications were received and how many were sanctioned? Please give me the number and the amount. My last question is, how is the bank planning for digital future? I wish the company good luck for a bright future and pray God that the profit of the bank shall reach the peak in due course. Sir, I wholeheartedly and strongly support all the resolutions put forth in today's meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Shanoy, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 6, Mr. Anil Parekh. He is joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Parekh.
Hello. Chairman,
Hello,
sir,
yeah.
are you able to hear me? Chairman, sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes. Clear. Please go ahead.
Chairman, sir, Board of Directors and fellow shareholders, sir, good afternoon to you all. I am Anil Parekh here from Bombay, and I am welcoming you on behalf of all the shareholders. Sir, first of all, I would like to thank gem of a person of our organization, Mr. Rangnath Atre, our company secretary. He's a really gem, and whenever I have a conversation with him, I was really pleased the way he was talking. So he's an asset to our company. Please preserve him. Sir, I have been sent annual report well in advance, and it's an exemplary, beautiful report where every minor details is mentioned, so one can avoid maximum number of questions. Sir, I am not here to give you any suggestion or any complaint. I am only here for supporting all the resolutions and whatever company is doing excellently. Sir, our financial performance is excellent. On page number 2, our standalone total assets is 14,113 billion, and everything net market NIM is 3.96%. Sir, we need to do something for this NIM to be increased, net interest margin. So how you are evaluating that, please let me know. Sir, also I would like to congratulate for our non-ICICI bank holders who has adopted to our iMobile Pay. Sir, excellent that they have full trust in ICICI banking operations. Sir, also now UPI is the main way of payment, and I see to our maximum UPI transactions is increased to 2.3 times. Excellent, sir. On financial highlights on page 4 and 5, everything is up: total deposits, advances, capital adequacy, NEEM, and core operating profit, standalone net profit. Excellent, sir. The bank, which way is heading is, I'm sure it would be a number one or two bank in the near future. And I'm having full trust in your leadership and the way you are progressing. Sir, our maximum branches is in rural areas, that is 51%. So how you are going forward to untap this rural sector, particularly tier 3 and 4 cities? And sir, also what I see, uh, cash acceptance machines is now a need of ours. So how you are establishing any more cash acceptance machines, because it can avoid queues in every branches. So I would like to have your views on that, sir. I have many questions, but I can refer it all in your annual report. Thanking you for patient hearing, and I am supporting all the resolutions. I am once again reiterating Ranga Tatre for excellent investor services. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Parekh, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 7, Mr. Rohit Kumar Prasad from Kolkata. Mr. Prasad.
Hello.
Not so clear. Please try again.
Now, sir?
Yeah, clear, very clear. Please go ahead.
First of all, good morning, Chairman, sir, Board of Directors. I would like to thank you, Mr. Rangana Datreya, for reminding me about the AGM in the morning. And I have some questions and I have some feedback. My question is that, sir, what are your future plans in the upcoming 5 years? And
Just hold on and let's see. There is some problem. It's somebody else or your sound itself is echoing. Let's see. Please speak. Please speak again. Yeah.
feedback we have asked. My first and I want to give some suggestion that, sir, if you please increase the dividend in the upcoming financial year, it will be beneficial for us.
Yeah, please continue. Please continue. Your voice is reaching us.
And that's all, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Prasad, you can please speak now. The background sound has disappeared. Yeah, please speak.
Sir, I have space to speak that if you please increase the dividend in the upcoming financial year, it will be beneficial for us. And give suggestion that if you increase the branches in the non-rural sector, so that the customer can access it in the rural areas. And regarding the plans in the zero balance account opening, recently some speaker has asked that, so I want to remind you about that. What are the plans about zero upcoming balance account opening? Thank you, sir. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for sharing your thoughts and attending the AGM. I now invite speaker number 8, Mr. Hasmukhlal Vora. He is joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Vora.
Am I audible?
Yes, please. clearly audible.
Thank you. I'm Hasmukh Vora from Mumbai. I'm a shareholder since so many years, and I'm a happy shareholder because I'm getting very good dividend and also good services from the ICICI Bank. Some nostalgia. I mean, first of all, I thank the secretary, the full team, and for all the information provided to us, and also for coordinating with us before the AGM, so that we are comfortable in joining the meeting and in presenting ourselves. Some nostalgia moments. I mean, about 15, 20 years when I visited the branches, it was like hi-fi, branches. So there were all the people, all the church staff were suited, booted, and very nicely attired with tie and everything. And even these charges were very exorbitant. But as far as the caliber was concerned, the caliber was much less as compared to other banking staff, other banks staff. And I'm happy that nowadays it has greatly improved. Now, also I wanted to share one more moment. I mean, about 15 years back, or I don't know exactly how many years, but there was a run for the money on the ICICI Bank. And I too had the bank, money lying with the bank, and I had to rush with the bank for, closing the account and getting the money. I understand it was the government which provided support at that time, and our bank came out from all these problems that time. Then coming to the balance sheet, the profit and revenue, everything is excellent, and it is very much last few years. But exactly, except for one or two items. One is that NPA, last 4 years, from 18 to 2022, I find that they are going up slowly. They are going up. I believe the management is taking all the precautions and to ensure that the NPAs are controlled. Because otherwise, NPA, it is really a worst thing, and it may affect the bank's future also. And second thing I find from the balance sheet, that there's a lot of progress done in digital sphere. And it is also mentioned that most of these small the savings bank accounts, they have turned digital. They are doing all this work digital. I would like to know what is this digital, because we are all senior citizens and are not computer savvy. So what is this digital? Is it that if we are opening the account, we'll not be comfortable and we will have to close? So if you can throw some light on this, I'll be very happy. Lastly, thank you and all the best. Especially my thanks are due to the secretary. Again, I am repeating secretarial department, and the full team. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Vora, for sharing your thoughts and attending the AGM. Next speaker, number 9, Mr. Hiranand Kotwani. He is joining us from Ulhasnagar. Mr. Kotwani.
Yes, sir. Namaste to all. Great pleasure to join you. Are you audible?
Yes, you are. Please audible.
It's a great pleasure. It's a great bank, and so the efficiency should be the great, and accountability and censure should be great. This bank has some troublous time ahead. Even today, this is a professionally managed bank. RBI is looking with the great eyes, and public in the great eyes also. Huge implies more than 1 lakh. So certainly, gentlemen, I want to ask one question regarding our global operation. Apart from India, our operation, how many branches are there? And how many input from their returns will come to our bank from outside India? How much we earn from these outside India? We have made some subsidies, say last year 3,000 crore and this year 3,000 crore. Why we are selling this subsidiary? Is there any internal accrual problem? Please throw some light on our selling of one of the subsidiary in this year and last year also. And our particularly, I am want to MD's attention on the contingent liability. Page 258 consolidated accounts. It is a more than 45 lakhs crores, not 1, 2, or 5 crores. Please elaborate the how much amount contingent liability come may not come. It can come. What contingent? I have read. Please explain this contingent liability figure 45 lakh crore. Our investment is 5,67,000. Where we have invested? Is it a liquid fund, stocks? I want the investment strategy as how much we where we invested. This figure 5,67,097, page 258, consolidated balance sheet. So many questions are there. Certainly, if this gentleman has called me, I will give him mail. But certainly, you have to reply on the subsidiary sale. Because if we are selling regularly 1 year, then it is a cause of concern, alarming mail for the organization. So, independent directors are 12. Who would have put independent RBR, Government of India, the professional managed company? 12 directors. How many house criteria? A 12 director, 8 or 12 independent director. I want your call on this, or your opinion on this. How many independent directors? All are independent, are appointed by RBI? How they are working day to day? Are they are meeting regularly? And particularly ESOP also, how ESOP lapse is there, and it is giving to the concessional rate or some incentives to be given to employee who work hard. Because I know that so many people in your organization are working hard. And some leakages also. I want to comment on your vision is clear, but certainly one word is missing. Trusted service provider, financial service provider, our customer satisfaction. Should be satisfaction there. So if customer is satisfied, then we will move ahead in the future. How many customers are there? You have written the 31st March, our employee, 1,05,000. How many customers at 31st March? Demat customer, loan customer, I want one figure. How we are Pan India covering, global covering, I want one figure. That how many customers at 31st March? I do not want break of industrial, corporate, but certainly this figure. No, nothing more to add. Certainly, good luck ahead. And I want this each branch should be work well with proper check and met, and should be tackled well. And your sexual harassment case are 46. How you have dealt with them? You are all resolved. How you resolve? Just you some harassment case reported. Are you this? You said to resign them, or just it go to the police and the court of law? I want clarification on that. Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Kotwani, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending AGM. The next is speaker number 10, Mr. Vinod Agrawal. He is joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Vinod Agrawal.
Can you hear me? I think you can see me also.
Yes.
Respected Chairman Guru Chandra Chaturvedi ji, MD Sandeep ji, our CFO Rakesh Jha, and our CS Ranganathan Atreya. Good afternoon to everyone, sir, and regards to everyone, sir. Sir, I'm joining this 28th AGM. I'm a very old shareholder of ICICI from the times of Mr. H.T. Parekh, sir, when he was the chairman of the original ICICI, sir. And he used to stay right above my shop also, sir. So I've known him personally also, Mr. H.T. Parekh. Sir, okay, now coming to this. Sir, the last year performance was very good. You have brought down net NPA from 1.14% to just 0.76%. So this would have involved a lot of recoveries from the past year's NPAs. So I'd like to know what was the amount of NPAs that you recovered during the past year, and what is the target for this year to recover from this 0.76 of the remaining NPA that you have still got with you. And you opened 150 new branches. I'd like to know how long does it take for a branch to break even after opening, and what is the about to become profitable, and what is the about the normal capex to open a branch? This I'd like to know. And fintechs are opening. There are a lot of fintechs companies coming in. They do not require a lot of physical assets. The branch opening that we have done, they come out without more online kinds. So any threat perceive or competition or something like that, the bank is pursuing from them. And another thing which I would like to point out is our AMC business is doing very well, and it is a large profit business. So why don't we look at coming out with an IPO for that and doing a value unlocking for the shareholders of the company on this thing? And one second, sir. Yes, sir. I'm through, sir. I am thanking the management for giving me time to speak. I wish the company all the best, and the dividend was rupees 5. That is 250% on a rupee 2 face value share, sir. I sign off, Vinod Agarwal from Mumbai. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next speaker, number 11, Mr. Santosh Saraf from Kolkata. Mr. Saraf.
हाँ जी, 1 मिनट मैं चतुर्वेदी जी वीडियो शेयर कर रहा हूँ
जी।
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, उपस्थित निदेशक मंडल के सदस्यगण, अधिकारीगण और हमारे कर्मचारी भाई बहन और शेयर होल्डर भाई बहन जो आज वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के थ्रू प्रेजेंट है, मैं संतोष कुमार सराफ, कोलकाता का रहने वाला, आज बंगलोर से आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ। आशा करता हूँ आप जितने भी हमारे डायरेक्टर हैं, जितने भी अधिकारी और जो भी आज वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के थ्रू प्रेजेंट है, इसमें स्वस्थ और अच्छे स्वास्थ्य में और सुरक्षित होने को। तो मैं मैनेजमेंट को धन्यवाद देता हूँ काफी अच्छा रिजल्ट देने के लिए, और हमें 5 डिविडेंड देने के लिए भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ। इसके साथ मैं हमारे कर्मचारी और हमारी मैनेजमेंट टीम को भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ, जिनकी कड़ी मेहनत का हमें काफी अवार्ड और रिकॉग्नाइजेशन प्राप्त हुए थे। मैं उनके वो भी आभार है कि ऐसी तरह रही और फ्यूचर में हमें मिलते रहेंगे। हमें गर्व महसूस होता है जो ऐसे अवार्ड और रिवार्ड मिलते हैं, तो हमें भी महसूस होता है कि हम मतलब हमारे एक सदस्य फैमिली मन के साथ होता है। सर, मेरे 2-4 प्रश्न है। एक तो आपने सिक्योरिटी कंपनी को लिस्टेड करवाया है, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस को लिस्टेड करवाया है, जनरल इंश्योरेंस, कब तक आप एमसी को लिस्टेड करने का विचार है? काफी आदित्य बिरला की भी एमसी बाजार में आ गई, रिलायंस की भी आ गई, एचडीएफसी की भी आ गई है, तो आपकी बाकी सर, तो आपका कब तक विचार है? इसके बारे में अगर कोई प्लान हो तो बताने का कष्ट करिए, बताने लायक हो तो बताइएगा, अथवा बहुत बताइएगा। दूसरा कंपनी सर ये है कि अपने यहाँ जो फीमेल एम्प्लॉय की संख्या 30% आती है सर, तो मैं चाहूंगा इसकी संख्या बढ़ाई जाए, क्योंकि अभी जो जितने भी सेक्टर में आपने बताया कि हमारे मोदी जी चेष्टा कर रहे हैं कि वुमेन को एम्पावरमेंट करने के लिए, इसीलिए उन्होंने कंसेप्ट निकाला है वर्क फ्रॉम होम 3 डेज है ऑप्शनल। ये किस लिए जगह वुमेन, तो हम चाहेंगे आप भी इस कदम उठाइए, और मैं चाहता हूँ कि वुमेन 32,000 जो है वो करीब मोर देन 50,000 हो। इसके लिए आप जरूर कदम करिए और विचार के अपने बोर्ड में कैसे क्या है। सर, डिसेबल एम्प्लॉय काफी कम अपने यहाँ, इसके बारे में जरूर विचार करिए। वो भी हम लोग से हेल्प की आशा करते हैं, और पढ़ाई लिखाई करके वो भी चाहते हैं कि अच्छे जॉब मिल जाए। बैंक का जॉब तो ऐसा है कि बड़े गर्व से लोग कहते हैं कि मैं बैंक में सर्विस करता हूँ, ये उनको गर्व महसूस होता है, मतलब मिलिट्री में काम। सर, मेरा कहना चाहते हैं, एक तो अपने जो फ्रॉड होते हैं इसको स्टॉप करने के लिए क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं सर? क्योंकि जो प्रीवियस हमारी चेयरमैन थी उसके नाम में एक बड़ा ब्लेम फ्रॉड हुआ था, और इसके बारे में दूध कम अपने जो वोडाफोन का भी केस काफी लंबा हुआ था बैड लोन का। तो ऐसे फ्रॉड को रोकने के लिए क्या आपने विजिलेंस सिस्टम बनाया है, उसको बताइए। कि अभी डिजिटल का जमाना है, काफी रकम के विजिलेंस सिस्टम अपने बना सकते हैं, बताने का सर करिए। और साथ जहाँ आपने अपनी बिल्डिंग है वहां पे आपने रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी सोर्स के लिए क्या कह। और सर, एक सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक एक तरह से बंद हो गया 1 जुलाई से, तो उसके अल्टरनेट में जहाँ आपने यूज होता है तो आपने क्या व्यवस्था की है, ये बताइएगा। लोग तो कहते हैं जो पेट बोतल है इसको भी रिप्लेस करना चाहिए, कि पेट बोतल होते हैं एक बार यूज करके मुंह से लगाने बाद दोबारा यूज नहीं करता, फेंकना पड़ता, और रिसाइकलिंग में नहीं जाए तो नाले में बह के नदी नाले में जाएगा होता है। तो मैं चाहूंगा अपने भी सेक्टर दी कि क्या तो ग्लास या स्टील या कॉपर की बोतल यूज करें तो अपने स्वास्थ्य के लिए भी अच्छी रहेगी सर। लास्ट में ये कहूँगा सर, जो बूस्टर डोज है, हमारे जितने भी कर्मचारी मैं उनसे हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप अपने फैमिली को बूस्टर डोज जरूर लगवाएं। क्योंकि ये मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ कि मुझे महीने भर पहले कोविड हुआ तो मेरी पूरी फैमिली को ये हम लोगों ने पोस्टर जो लगवाई थी 30 चीजों की, जिसके कारण हम सामान्य ट्रीटमेंट से स्वस्थ हो गए। तो आशा करते हैं भगवान किसी को ना होता है तो सामान्य ट्रीटमेंट से अच्छे, इसलिए मेरी रिक्वेस्ट अभी जो अपना मिल रही फ्री में जरूर लगवा लें। लास्ट में सर ये कहूँगा, जो बीसी मीटिंग है काफी अच्छी है। देखिए कोई हैदराबाद से अटेंड कर रहा है, मैं कलकत्ता में रहते हुए बंगलोर से अटेंड कर रहा हूँ, है कोई बॉम्बे से अटेंड कर रहा है, तो मैं चाहूंगा फिजिकल मीटिंग अगले साल अगर करनी पड़ती है आपको, तो उसके साथ में एक स्लॉट रखिए हाइब्रिड मीटिंग का। जो फिजिकल पर्सन उनको पहले मौका दीजिए बोलने का, प्रश्न करने का, फिर हमें दीजिए, कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, हम वेट करेंगे, सुनेंगे उनकी बातें। क्योंकि अब देखिए आप भी बैंक से एक जमाने में बैंक में चेक जमा देते थे, पैसे उठाते थे। आज निफ्टी का जमाना है, नेट बैंकिंग से अपने घर में रुपया ट्रांसफर करते हैं, किसी को पेमेंट करना है, रिस्क भी नहीं है। जो पहले कैरी करते थे पैसे उठाने की काफी रिस्क होती थी। तो मैं चाहूंगा फिजिकल मीटिंग में प्रसाद की भी रिस्क होती है, टेबल की भी रिस्क होती है, खर्चा भी ज्यादा लगता है, तो क्यों नहीं अपने जब डिजिटल युग में प्रवेश करें और डिजिटल, तो आप एक बार फिजिकल के साथ में हाइब्रिड मीटिंग रखिएगा। ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा। आप जितने भी डायरेक्टर चतुर्वेदी साहब और जितने भी हमारे कर्मचारी हैं, जो 1 लाख कर्मचारी हैं, अधिकारीगण हैं, उनके उनके परिवार की लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ, भगवान 2022-23 का जो फाइनेंशियल सभी के लिए हेल्दी वेल्दी प्रोसेस और सेफ्टी के साथ देती हूँ। लास्ट में सर ये कहूंगा, मैं उन भाइयों बहनों को अपनी संवेदना प्रकट करना चाहूंगा जो इस कोविड काल में हमें छोड़ के चले गए। मैं उनके भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ, भगवान की आत्मा को शांति दे और उनके परिवार को हिम्मत दे, जिससे वो अपने सामान्य जीवन बिता सकें। जय हिंद, जय भारत। समय देने के लिए नमस्कार।
Thank you, Mr. Sharaf, for sharing your thoughts and views and for attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 12, Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. He is joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Yusuf Rangwala.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening. आपको मेरा आवाज आ रहा है चेयरमैन साहब?
आ रहा है, बिल्कुल साफ आ रहा है।
गुड इवनिंग सर। मैं मुंबई से बात करता हूँ। मेरा नाम यूसुफ भाई रंगवाला है सर। फर्स्ट तो अपना रघुनाथ सर और प्राजक्ता मैडम को सर बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ। उनकी सर्विस सर लाजवाब है सर। अपने पास 2 हीरा है सर, दोनों हीरा को संभाल के रखिए सर। और सर अभी डायरेक्ट पॉइंट पे आऊंगा। वी हैविंग अराउंड 88 अपना ब्रांचेस 5418 और अपना एटीएम 13,626 टोटल 2986 कैश एक्सेप्टेड इन सर। आपका पेज नंबर 60 इज अ रूप बोर्ड वेरी एक्सीलेंट बाय आईसीआईसीआई रीजनल ऑफिस एट सर, सीइंग इट पुणे सर, गार्डन पुणे सर। ये देख के मुझे बहुत खुशी होता है सर। आपका बैलेंस शीट में पेज नंबर 60 पे आपने दिया है इंस्टॉल रीजनल ऑफिस एट पुणे सर, गार्डन और गार्डन रोड में अपना पुणे में सर। ये जान के मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई सर। और सर अपने एक दूसरा आपने बताया अपना ओपनिंग में एक अपने आपका स्लोगन है, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है सर। ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा स्लोगन सर, पॉकेट में रॉकेट है सर। दिस स्लोगन आई लाइक वेरी मच सर। अभी डायरेक्ट दूसरा पॉइंट पे आता हूँ सर। एज मेंशन्ड शिरडी स्कूल आईसीआईसीआई हैड डन सीआर एक्टिविटी सर दैट हेल्प हाउ जब वाटर आप सेव करते हैं और वही वाटर फिर स्कूल में यूज होता है फॉर पूरी ईयर सर। ये दिखाते हैं कि आप कितना केयर करते हैं अपना आईसीआई। जब सर हम बहुत खुश है कि ऐसी बैंक का मैं शेयर होल्डर हूँ सर। और डिविडेंड आपने 5 रुपए दिया और आज आपका रेट सर मार्केट में आज आपका रेट अराउंड 800 रुपीज है अराउंड। और अपना आईसीआईसीआई का 2 जन अपने 3-4 ब्रोकर लोग अपना देते हैं अराउंड 1200 रुपया हो जाएगा सर, क्योंकि अपना प्रॉफिट बहुत अच्छा है सर। आज तक सर आपने बोनस नहीं दिया सर। ये अपना 28 में एनुअल रिपोर्ट है सर। आपने अपना एनुअल रिपोर्ट 318 पेज का प्रिंट किया था रघुनाथ जी को और उन्होंने मुझे फिजिकल कॉपी भेजा। उनको सर मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर, हाथ जोड़ के सर। उनकी जितनी तारीफ करूँ उतना कम है सर। आपको मेरा फोटो दिख रहा है सर? मैं अपना वीडियो चालू करना चाहता हूँ सर। आपको मेरा वीडियो दिख रहा है सर? मैं जानना चाहता हूँ ये फार्मर को भी आप हेल्प करते जो
चालू करिए, अभी नहीं दिख रहा है
सर। ये नहीं दिख रहा है, बंद कर देता हूं।
अभी नहीं दिख रहा है। ऐसा मत करिएगा कि वीडियो हो और आवाज गायब हो जाए।
को भी आप जो नहीं, वीडियो को हटा दिया सर मैंने, वीडियो को बंद कर दिया। अच्छा सर, अच्छा और एक बात सर, ये जो पोर्टल जो अपना हाँ सर जो वाटर जो सिद्धि में यूज होता है वो वाटर फार्मर को भी आप यूज करते हैं सर। एक साइड से आप 2 जन को हेल्प करते हैं, मतलब सीआर एक्टिविटीज से लाजवाब है आपके सर। आईसीआईसीआई फाउंडेशन मेरे पास कोई शब्द नहीं है सर उनके लिए सर। और अपने आईसीआईसीआई बैंक ने भी बहुत पुअर को भी हेल्प किया सर। जानना चाहता हूँ सर टोटल कितना आपने सर इसमें सर आपने खर्चा किया सर? और सर मैं आईसीआईसीआई का मेरा अकाउंट है सर, कहाँ भी जाओ तो आपके लोग हंस हंस के सर हमें वेलकम करते हैं। सर मेरा एक छोटा सा रिक्वेस्ट है, आप जीरो बैलेंस का अकाउंट खोलने में आपके बारे में क्या विचार है? जैसा कोटक बैंक ने ओपन किया सर जीरो बैलेंस तो आपका मिनिमम बैलेंस सर 10,000 है कंपेयर टू अदर यूनियन बैंक, और दूसरे को सेंट्रल बैंक सर उनका मिनिमम बैलेंस 1,000 है, और उनका और अपने सर्विस में सर लाज बहुत फर्क है सर, उनकी और आपकी सर्विस में सर बहुत फर्क है। और अपनी सर्विस इतनी अच्छी है, अगर आपने चेक डिपॉजिट किया है और अगर आपका कोई दिक्कत है तो आपका बैंक वाला फोन कुछ नहीं करती सर, ये इतना अच्छी आपकी सर्विस है सर, हम बहुत खुश है सर, इतना अच्छी हम बैंक में भी है सर। सर हो सके सर अपना बांद्रा में भी ऑफिस है सर, एनुअल रिपोर्ट में मुझे देख के सर बांद्रा का भी ऑफिस अपने लाजवाब बनाया है सर। नेक्स्ट ईयर सर फिजिकल मीटिंग के लिए मैं आशा करता हूँ, अगर ये मीटिंग बड़ौदा में हो तो बड़ौदा आपका सर आपका मीटिंग कहाँ पे होता है सर, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है। वेटेड इज मीटिंग इज गोइंग ऑन बड़ौदा के बॉम्बे में सर, ये मुझे जानना था कि अपने एनुअल मीटिंग कहाँ होगी, अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर समझो फिजिकल होगी तो। मुझे और तो कुछ नहीं पूछना है। रघुनाथ जी आपको शुभकामना देता हूँ, और आपकी तबियत चेयरमैन साहब चेयरमैन साहब आपकी टैबलेट के लिए मैं अल्लाह के पास दुआ करता हूँ, और इधर ही मैं अपना अंत करता हूँ। एक छोटा सा शेर, फूलों की खुशबू और कलियों की महक, आने वाले सब त्योहारों के सर मेरी तरफ से मैं आपको विश करता हूँ सर, आने वाले सब त्योहारों को मैं विश करता हूँ। और सर विशिंग में वेरी हैप्पी गणेश चतुर्थी सर, हो सके तो हमें गणेश चतुर्थी के सर मिठाई भेजिए सर, स्वीट भेजिए, क्योंकि गणेश चतुर्थी ऐसा फेस्टिवल है उसमें कुछ मीठा हो जाए सर। It's a small request, sir. This is from my side. Nothing more to it. I end my speech thanking our Raghunath sir and his whole team, and also Prajakta madam. उनकी सर धन्यवाद दो जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता का स्पीच ओनली सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, एंड माय स्पीच ओनली सर।
Thank you, Mr. Rangawala, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 13, Mr. Satish Shah, who is joining from Mumbai. Mr. Satish Shah.
Sir, the shareholder is not connected in the meeting. We can move to the next speaker shareholder.
Okay, so now I invite speaker number 14, Mr. Dilip Kumar Jain. He is joining us from Jaipur. Mr. Jain.
Yes. Video is visible, sir?
आप देख लीजिए, अगर चल जाता है तो अच्छा है। अभी नहीं आ रहा, अभी खाली ऑडियो आपका।
ऑडियो आ रहा है सर?
हाँ, ऑडियो आ रहा है जी, हाँ बोलिए।
यस सर,
बोलिए जैन साहब, बोलिए। या
सर, गुड आफ्टरनून एंड to all board members, Mr. Bakshi, and your all board members. Many thanks to Mr. Rangnath for their best services to the provided by them by your secretarial staff. NPA is also reduced by that is very wonderful. 1.14 to 0.76%. Net interest income and profits are also up. Approved dividend of ₹5. Also thanks for that. The bank is focusing on the data privacy and data loss prevention mechanism, and there is no incident during the year. This is very good thing for the bank. Or bank ka shareholder, I am very proud to be a shareholder of this bank. One thing, sir, I want to say कि आपके यहाँ एक बड़ी एक चीज हुई है कि एक ये मतलब मीटिंग से इससे रिलेटेड नहीं है, लेकिन मैं इसको आपसे पूछ के इसमें इसको मेंशन करना चाहता हूँ। एक मैटर सर 2006 में मेरे यहाँ से मतलब मेरे किसी ने मिलने वाले ने लिया था, ही इज इमेजिंग डेंटिंग इमेज ऑफ द बैंक, सो आई एम कोटिंग दिस मैटर। 2004 में लोन लिया, 2006 में उन्होंने पूरा रिपे कर दिया, एंड इन 2019 you have ICICI reported to the civil that is some balance rupees 845 is of charges is outstanding. Is this account number LTJI 4030394919 of Kishore Kumar Jain. Due to that, his civil on January 29, 2019 2019 में उनकी सिविल 846 थी, वो 660 हो गई। इसकी वजह से 13 साल बाद सिविल को आपके यहाँ से डाटा रिपोर्ट हुआ है सर ये। और उसकी वजह से तो उसमें उनको फाइनेंशियल लॉस हुआ है। और जब आपके हेड सर्विस क्वालिटी से पूछा गया तो वो कह रहे हैं कि सर हमने है ना इसको हम 1 महीने से 3 महीने के अंदर रिपोर्ट कर देते हैं, जबकि वो रिपोर्ट नहीं, रिपोर्ट 13 साल बाद हुआ है। वो बंदा बता रहे हैं कि आप हमने 845 रुपीज अंडर प्रोटेस्ट जमा कराया है और उसकी वजह से सब 4 जनों की सिविल खराब हुई है। तो ये बैंक की बहुत बड़ी एक इमेज डेंटिंग चीज है। इस पे आप थोड़ा सा कीजिएगा सर, ये बहुत गलत हुआ है ये। मतलब 13 साल बाद कोई आप रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं, वो भी 845 के लिए किसी, और उस बंदे की सिविल थ्रू आउट 850 प्लस 840 प्लस है और ये जाके 660 हो गई है। मैंने इसको आपके हेड सर्विस क्वालिटी को उन्होंने मैटर रेज भी किया और सीनियर मैनेजमेंट को भी रेज किया, लेकिन उसका उन्होंने उसको रिपोर्ट के मतलब दे हैड नॉट रिजॉल्व दैट मैटर। तो सर आप, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि इस तरह के मैटर नहीं हो जिसकी वजह से बैंक की इमेज, इस तरह की बातें जब एक दूसरे के थ्रू जाती है तो बैंक की इमेज बहुत डेंट होती है, वो अच्छा नहीं मानते। मैं भी अच्छा नहीं मानता हूँ। मैं 20-25 साल से आपके बैंक का शेयर होल्डर हूँ और मैं प्राउड करता हूँ कि मैं इस ऐसे बैंक का शेयर होल्डर हूँ जिसकी इमेज इतनी बढ़िया है ग्लोबली भी। और उसके बाद अगर ऐसी कोई चीज सुनने को मिलती है तो मैंने आपको नोटिस में लाना इसको जरूरी समझा है। दिस इज पर्सनली बट आई एम गिविंग इन योर नोटिस। तो मेरा रिक्वेस्ट आपसे कि इसको मैटर को रिजॉल्व करवाने की कोशिश कीजिएगा प्लीज सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। चतुर्वेदी सर, बख्शी सर, वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून।
थैंक यू मिस्टर जैन। ये कस्टमर कंप्लेंट है, हम इसको अलग से टेकअप करेंगे। मिस्टर, थैंक यू फॉर sharing your thoughts and views and attending the meeting. Next is speaker number 15, Mr. S.P. Bhesania from Mumbai. Mr. S.P. Bhesania. हाँ बेसाना जी बोलिए।
from Bombay.
बेसानिया जी अगर आप वीडियो बंद कर दें तो शायद आपका ऑडियो साफ सुनाई देने लगेगा। जी हाँ अब बोलिए।
अभी सुनाई दे रहा है सर? वेरी गुड रिजल्ट्स।
बोलिए।
ऑल द
बोलिए, साफ है।
हेलो, कैन यू हियर?
हाँ जी हाँ साफ आ रहा है, अब आप बोलिए जी।
Subsidiaries are also doing very well, for which I congratulate the management. But when you do online banking, there are many things to be done. Please request somebody to take care of online banking. Like whenever there is a rights issue, we cannot apply for the online banking for rights issue. You have to have a physical form and apply to ASBA. And secondly, even in iMobile, I don't know why you all want to send the SMS through the SIM of my registered mobile. So please take care of all these small things in online. But our programs will be very good. Thank you very much and all the best for the future.
Thank you, Mr. Besania, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next speaker, number 16, Mr. Bharat M. Shah. He is joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Shah.
सर आवाज आ रही है ना?
जी हाँ आ रही।
चेयरमैन, माननीय चेयरमैन श्री गिरीश चंद्र जी, एमडी श्री संदीप बख्शी जी और अन्य माननीय
जरा ऑडियो ठीक करिए, बिल्कुल आवाज आपकी नहीं आ पा रही है साफ। ऑडियो ठीक करिए शाह साहब।
परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा रहे सर, अभी के अंदर धन्यवाद। बहुत 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 धन्यवाद मानता हूँ सर। और सर CSR एक्टिविटी, हेल्थ केयर स्किल डेवलपमेंट फॉर लवलीहुड वाटर आदि बढ़िया एक्टिविटी है, शुभकामना देता हूँ सर। श्री गणेश जी को प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आपकी हेल्थ वेल्थ सदर अच्छी बनी रहे और ICICI बैंक सदा अपने कार्यों में अग्रसर रहे और चौगुनी सफलता प्राप्त करे, यही शुभकामना के साथ फुल सपोर्ट करता हूँ। और डिविडेंड के लिए भी तो मैंने पहले ही कहा कि छप्पर पड़ गए, उसके लिए भी अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। और सर बैलेंस शीट बढ़िया एक्सलेंट फुल इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ बनाई गई है। हार्ड कॉपी भेजने के लिए आपसे बात करने का मौका दिया तो कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री रंगनाथ जी और उनकी टीम के रेवीना जी और उनकी पूरी हार्ड वर्किंग टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ। बहुत हार्ड वर्कर, मेहनती है, गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे हैं। तो रंगनाथ जी और रेवीना जी सभी को मैं हार्टली धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर और अभिनंदन देता हूँ। बेस्ट इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे हैं तो पूरी टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। ये इसी माध्यम में जुड़ने के लिए बहुत दिक्कत है, उनकी पूरी टीम ने बहुत मेहनत से हमको जुड़ा है तो मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर। सारे अवार्ड्स के लिए भी मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर।
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shah. Thank you very much for your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Thank you very much. Next is speaker number 17, Mr. Harakchand Shah. Mr. Harakchand Shah, he is joining from Mumbai. Mr. Harakchand Shah, जी हाँ.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, clearly. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
जी हाँ, साफ सुनाई दे रहा है, आप बोलिए.
Good evening, sir. Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Chairman, sir, it's always a pleasure to attend ICICI Bank AGM. We look forward to this event every year. Sir, it's a once in a year opportunity. Sir, first and foremost, you have recommended a dividend of ₹5 per share, an increase from ₹2 last year to 5 this year. Welcome, sir. Sir, our share price during this period, as during the last 1 year, last AGM to this AGM, has gone up by 26% against the rising Sensex of only 6%. Rising Sensex or Nifty of only 6%. And sir, if you take only the banks, we are the only bank which is, or the first bank, or the highest bank in terms of the reward of 26% in a year. Chairman, sir, our share price is higher by 50% over the pre-pandemic levels of 550. Sir, we have full confidence and faith in your chairmanship of the bank. Finally, we got the chairman that we deserve and that ICICI deserves. Sir, you have restored the prestige of an institution like ICICI Bank. Sir, next is the question of reverse merger. Sir, HDFC and HDFC Bank, they are now going ahead with the idea. In 2022, our visionary KV Kamath did the reverse merger in 2002, 20 years ago, sir. This is our former ICICI Bank Executive Director, Madhavi Puri Guj, is now the chairperson of Securities and Exchange Board of India. So that demonstrates the wealth of talent pool that ICICI has got. She is the first lady chairperson and the first non-IAS chairperson of SEBI. So next is our commander, Sandeep Bakshi, and his team is doing an excellent job. They have done excellent job during the last 2 years of COVID. Sir, congratulations to each and every one of your team. Sir, the board has also proposed an revised remuneration for MD and other executive directors. Sir, here I have one observation to make. Sir, the revision in remuneration is not commensurate with the times. Sir, you have stated in your chairman's remarks in the annual report that we are in an era of inflation and hyperinflation, if I mistake not. Sir, at least reward I would urge the board to consider a revision in remuneration commensurate with the inflation rates, so that the people are motivated and the top leadership and the entire team is motivated and we deliver superb results. Sir, the next is your company secretary, Ranganath Atre, and his team is doing an excellent job, sir. They keep us on our toes so that we make it sure that we attend the AGM and we get this opportunity of interacting with you once in a year. And we get this opportunity of interacting with you once a year. Sir, ICICI के सिवा कोई ख्याल आपका की बात नहीं कर रहा है, sir. Sir, I can go on and on. I don't want to tax your time and other shareholders' time. I wish you and the entire ICICI team all the best for the coming festival season and the coming year. And we hope that all of you stay safe. And sir, we would like to meet you at the physical AGM next year. All the best to you, sir. And thank you very much for the opportunity of speaking. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Shah, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Now I invite speaker number 18, Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta. He is joining us from Kolkata. Mr. Gupta.
हेलो
हेलो, हाँ जी, हाँ बोलिए बोलिए गुप्ता जी जी.
Yeah, good afternoon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Gupta. I'm equity shareholder of ICICI Bank. I've joined this meeting from my residence, Kolkata. I thanks to the MD and his team for the good result of the bank for the year 21-22. And I thanks to you and your board for the consideration of 250% dividend for the in this deprived and several challenges and global impact through inflation, but you are paying the 250% dividend. And sir, have you any plan to split the share from rupees 2 to 1? Because when HDFC Bank was rupees 10 and 2, we are always asked Mr. Parikh to split the shares to increase the liquidity and the market capitalization. And now you see the 1 rupee shares of HDFC Bank running on more than 1400 rupees. So have you any plan to split the shares? And sir, I'm a great admirer of Shri Wagul, Mr. Kamath, and we are very lucky one that Mr. Mundra is in our board because he has served the Hindustan Unilever and RPG Enterprises. Because I had got 5 and 6 times chance to meet him. And I'm still today, I'm a great admirer of Mr. Kamath. That man has a visionary. Just previous speaker says about his vision and dreams. And still I'm writing to mail and he respond. And I'm a great admirer of his because he was a great man in the banking sector and the finance sector. And sir, more branches should be in rural areas like as a railway stations, airports, because whenever I go to railway stations, I find that Axis Bank and ICICI Bank, Axis Bank and HDFC Bank and the State Bank ATMs are there. So ICICI should also approach to ICRTC to get a place to install ATMs in their railway stations and airports. And how many accounts you have opened in the Jan Dhan account scheme of our beloved Prime Minister scheme of the Jan Dhan? And sir, NPA, you have taken a positive steps to reduce the NPA. And sir, your recovery, what steps are you taking to get recovery, fast recovery? And defaulters, is there any committee to take action against the defaulters? How many cases are running in the NCLT under the IBC codes to get back your money from the defaulters? And sir, status of Videocon case. What's the status as on today of the Videocon? That due to that case, our bank has lost some image in the market at that time. And there should be a brand ambassador from the sportsmen. Now our Prime Minister is willing to inspire the sports in the country, and he has done a lot of work so that country has got several medals in the Olympic and the Commonwealth Games. So you should also bring some sportsmen as a brand ambassador for their help to a winner on that. Nice video before the AGM of Vande Matram, because this video, this type of video, I find 2 banks in the Kotak and the ICICI before the AGM. In Kotak, they have introduced 3 generations of Ustad Amjad Ali Khan before the AGM with a Vande Matram, and you have also introduced the traditional with the traditional classical music, with all traditional classic music with the Bande Matram, and CSR initiatives in this region also, sir. And sir, last but least, I will tell you that, if you don't mind, that your secretarial department is totally poor, because I had sent my request, or when you had opened the registration for speakers, I had sent my request on sharp 9 o'clock. I have a proof on my mail. But how I surprised to see that I have got a chance to speak at the number of 18th. So I will send a letter to the MD and CEO to provide me the detail of registered speakers with their time and date, because at a 9 o'clock sharp on 26th August, Friday, how in between 9 o'clock or 9:01, you have got the 20 mails. Sir, just to check and inquire in this about that how this happened, sir. I'm totally deprived to see such type of services. I'm the first man to open a bank account in Calcutta when the Mr. Wagul has inaugurated first branch in Calcutta on 28th February 1996 in Calcutta, Rasoi Court branch. So this type of services I have not find with investor in private sector bank. This is the 7th AGM of private sector bank where I am speaking, but I have not find that such type of services are there with the investors. That those investor will register himself at 9 o'clock, he will get a chance on 18th number. Such some misunderstanding or some discrimination is there in your department. Kindly inquiry in this regard, make an inquiry. Otherwise, I will approach the concerned authorities that this is happening in ICICI. And I will think to close down my account if the such type of services are there, because I run that account till day. But if this type of services will be there with us, then we people should think either we should continue with the account or not in that bank. That bank gives the discrimination. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. The next is speaker number 19, Mr. Manish Mehta. He is joining from Vadodara. Mr. Manish Mehta. हाँ मनीष जी
नमस्ते सर
नमस्ते
नमस्ते
नमस्ते नमस्ते
2018 I attended the AGM and this is the second time I am attending, but just to give you a scorecard, you have doubled deposits in 4 years, doubled core operating profits in 4 years. It's remarkable achievement. I have said in that AGM that you have talented people, pool of talented people, concentrate on becoming number one private sector bank. You are on course to reach there. Kindly push little bit more with the same enthusiasm your team is showing. I went through the AG annual general meet this reports, really encouraging. Chairman sir, you and I were on Bank of Baroda's board, and I compared our result to Bank of Baroda today. I realized our deposits are almost same, nearly same figure. Your profit is 3 times that Bank of Baroda. This is remarkable achievement under your leadership, and I wish that set the goal to be number one private sector bank. If you are there, your people can perform. Best of luck to all of them, and congratulations to the entire team. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mehta. Thank you very much for nice word and your views and attending the AGM. Next speaker number 20, Mr. Bharat Raj Kankanala. He is joining us from Hyderabad. Mr. Bharat Raj.
Good evening, Mr. Madhul, sir. Hello.
Yeah, we are listening.
Yeah,
yes.
sir. Yeah, first of all, Mr. Chairman, entire board of directors, I'm happy to see you all safe, healthy, and fine, sir. I congratulate you with a wonderful performance, sir, and a wonderful net profit in this financial year, sir. Chairman and Mr. Chaturvedi and Sanjeev, Mr. MD, I thank you for the wonderful dividend 5 rupees, sir. Sir, can we expect the same dividend for the next year, sir? Sir, past 5 years, there is no bonus from our bank, sir. In 2017, you got every 10 shares, you give one bonus. Can we expect 1:1 bonus in this year, sir? Mr. Sanjeev Bakshi, under leadership, you are making my bank very wonderfully working. Can you please put your efforts to give shareholders 1:1 bonus, sir? Sir, if I compare with the net NPA net, last year it is 2.10%. This year it has come down to 0.81%, sir. It's wonderful, sir. A wonderful performance under the leadership of our chairman and our managing director, Mr. Sanjeev. Sir, I'm very sorry to say that regarding the sexual harassment case, sir. Sir, what my HR head is doing, sir, and what is happening in my bank, sir. This situation should not be repeated, sir. Because we are a very professional bank and this incident should not be occur in coming years, sir. Sir, once again, sir, what is your future plans about the villages, sir? In the remote areas, what is your future plans to enter into the branches of the villages and rural areas, sir? Sir, once again, sir, thanks for your services. I'm Bharat calling from Hyderabad, and I thank Mr. Ranganath, sir. Wonderful person, sir. He's always accessible 24/7, sir, and his colleagues are wonderful. They are always ready to give any information, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ranganathan, entire secretarial team. All the best for the coming years, sir. My festival wishes to all the board of directors. Be safe, be healthy, and fine, sir. Once again, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you, sir. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Kanknala, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next speaker is number 21, Mr. Abhishek. He is joining from Chennai. Mr. Abhishek.
Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Sir, trust all is well with you and your family in this challenging situation. Our company deserves much more respect than the current market cap. After completing more than a decade of successful operations, profitability, dividend history, and becoming one of the strongest brand in respective segments, sir, I would like to know how our business has been impacted in these past 3 years of this COVID time. The coronavirus and the subsequent lockdowns have left virtually no industry untouched after the COVID. So whether any employees have been sacked, hired, salary cut in percentage, if any, I would like to know from you, sir. And we are in the 28th annual general body meeting in now. We are marching towards the 30th year, and the investor fraternity have a lot of expectations from the management. Hope that the management will fulfill the wish and desire of the minority shareholders in the years to come. Sir, I would request the management to kindly conduct con call, quarterly presentations, and meeting with global investors on a regular basis. This in fact give a boom to the stock price in the stock market. And even now the company is in a peak and it has rewarded the minority shareholder, but still we can see that flying numbers, flying colors will come out in our company. So hope that the management will conduct such con call. And we are really thankful to the management for having declared 5 rupees dividend to the minority investor fraternity. So then, what are the steps being taken by the management to reduce the other expenses, legal professional charges, and audit fee? So then, myself and my team are running a legal firm in the name and style of Seven Wells Associate in Chennai. So I request your good selves to kindly enroll our firm in the empanelment of the company, and we will be glad to extend our services. I made a request last year also, but it was not considered such. So if you can share your legal team head details with me, I can very well share my credentials with them. So then I have made a report that a fraud has taken place, that 40,740 rupees dividend warrant of Clariant Chemicals has been cleared, whose banker is ICICI Bank, and ICICI Bank has cleared the dividend warrant in the name of Ashram A Credit Cooperative Society, whereas it is a party check, it is a paying check. How can the party check be transferred to, and it can be discounted in Mumbai? I don't understand, sir, because our base is in Chennai and we don't have any establishment in where as far as in Mumbai. So how did the check get cleared? I have made a complaint in the year 2020, 2021, and till today, I think our concerned team from Hyderabad has contacted me. They have conducted all the details from me, all the sufficient information I have provided to the team. But till today, they are investigating the case and they are not yet ready to provide us a solution. So I want your legal team, I want your HR team to be more efficient so that such fraud can be detected. I want ICICI Bank is the number one bank, sir. So you should maintain, you should sustain. We can see that the NPA is growing. That is a fear, but it is not that only for our bank. This NPA is happening. It is for each and every public sector bank also are suffering from NPA, and this is the routine thing has happened in COVID because of the COVID pandemic. But highest number of fraud, if it is detected in our banks, small frauds can happen. But highest number of frauds if it is happening, our bank will have to defame us. So in that circumstances, I would request your good self to strengthen our team so that we should be in a position that 0% fraud should happen, or 0.0 decimal percentage of fraud should happen in our company, and maximum number of fraud should come down. So that is the reason I have highlighted the issue in the AGM that such a fraud has happened, and I have shared all the credentials. The dividend warrant pertains to my grandmother P. Veera Devi, which is being cleared in Mumbai. But in fact, your concerned team has not yet investigated, but 2 long years, if it does it takes investigation to complete. I don't understand, sir. So it is not a question of 40,000 rupees. It is a question of the reputation of our bank. So I would request the bank to kindly intervene in this matter and take it up very seriously. 40,000 rupees does not matter at all for me, but take it very seriously that so that such fraud should not happen in ICICI Bank in the years to come, and our bank should turn up a reputed bank and the number one bank in our country. Nothing much to ask, sir. I wish the bank and the board of directors a great success and prosperity in the coming future. And thank you for giving the opportunity. Hope to see you in the physical AGM next year, sir. My best wishes to the entire board. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next is the speaker number 22, Mr. Ankur Chanda, joining us from Haryana. Mr. Ankur Chanda.
Sir, the shareholder is disconnected from the meeting.
Okay, all right, then I'll move on. And the next is speaker number 23, Mr. Om Prakash Kejriwal. He's joining us from Kolkata.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir ji, and good evening to everybody attending the AGM. Myself, Om Prakash Kejriwal, your equity shareholder from Kolkata, a city of joy. Thank you, sir, for providing me the platform to speak something before you. Thanks to your secretarial department for helping me in registration for a speaker shareholder. Sirji, today I am feeling proud in attending the 28th AGM of ICICI Bank Limited. You are 100% professionally managed bank. There is no promoter shareholder. आज तो पूरा भारत आ गया सर आपके बैंक के एजीएम में। हरियाणा से, जयपुर से, कोलकाता से, बंगाल से, बॉम्बे से, चेन्नई से, पूरा भारत आपके पास आ गया। बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है एजीएम अटेंड करके। Presentation in your annual report is very good, sir. It is informative. Your bank's performance is very good, no complaint. Your total income is growing quarter by quarter, year by year. And net profit is also growing quarter by quarter, year by year. Net profit is rupees 23,000 crore on a standalone basis in comparison to rupees 16,000 crore last year. And so EPS is also growing to rupees 33, previously rupees 24 in a standalone basis. अच्छे दिन आ गए सर। 2014 के बाद हम लोग के अच्छे दिन आ गए आज। Excellent performance. And payout dividend is rupees 5, last year rupees 2. थोड़ा कंजूसी कर गए सर जी। Only 15% of standalone EPS. थोड़ा दिल खोलिए सर। अभी तो लोग हमारे बंगाल में जो है काफी डिविडेंड दे रहे हैं। टिस्को ने 51 रुपया डिविडेंड दिया, बाटा ने 54 रुपीस 50 पैसा डिविडेंड दिया, सारेगामा ने ₹30 डिविडेंड दिया। तो आप भी थोड़ा दिल खोलिए, हम तो हमेशा आपके साथ हैं। कर्नाटका बैंक ने ₹4 डिविडेंड दिया, इतनी छोटी बैंक। सर जी, आपका लोन ग्रोथ कैसा लग रहा है फ्यूचर में, ये थोड़ा बताइएगा। और इंटरेस्ट रेट आगे क्या लगता है, कितना बढ़ेगा, कहां तक ऊपर जाएगा? और अभी तो आपका शेयर जो है ₹2 फेस वैल्यू का है, इसको क्या फर्दर स्प्लिट करने का प्रोग्राम है क्या, ये थोड़ा बताइएगा। योर एवरी ब्रांच इज वेरी गुड, एवरी एम्प्लॉय इज डेडिकेटेड टू सर्व द कस्टमर, देयर इज नो कंप्लेन सर। एक कंप्लेन है सर, माय फैमिली आर मेंटेनिंग 4 account in your bank. 2 was opened in ICICI Bank and 2 was opened in Bank of Rajasthan before merger. After merger, they told that there is no change in minimum balance. That is, you have to maintain ₹1,000. But after some time, all of a sudden, they changed the requirement of minimum balance from ₹1,000 to ₹10,000 without informing me. And after that, they took away my all the balance and made our accounts balance is negative. Very sorry state sir, क्या ये सही है? Is it right? पहले तो इन्फॉर्म करना चाहिए, मैं बैलेंस दे दूंगा। उन्होंने सारा पेनाल्टी वगैरह लगा के मेरा बैलेंस नेगेटिव कर दिया दोनों अकाउंट का। आई नीड योर हेल्प टू गेट बैक माई मनी। बाकी सब ठीक है सर, आपका परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा है, कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है आपके परफॉर्मेंस से। बाकी हमारा 2 अकाउंट भी अच्छा चल रहा है, 2 अकाउंट अभी है हमारा, 2 तो जो है नेगेटिव बैलेंस में चला गया। अंत में सर, प्लीज मेंटेन योर स्माइल एंड रिमेन चीयरफुल। वी विल रिमेन विथ यू ऑलवेज एज ए लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर। थैंक यू सर एंड हैप्पी चतुर्थी, हैप्पी गणेश चतुर्थी आपको और सभी एम्प्लॉय लोग को, सभी डायरेक्टर लोग को। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Mr. Kejriwal, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. Next is speaker number 24, Miss Bharti Saraf. She is joining us from Kolkata. Miss Saraf.
Chairman sir, this shareholder has not connected in the meeting. We can move to the next speaker shareholder.
Oh, okay. So next is the speaker number 25, Mr. Bimal Bhatt. He is from Vadodara. Mr. Bhatt.
Chairman sir, Mr. Bhatt is not connected properly. We will move to the next speaker.
Okay, so next speaker number 26, Mr. Dinesh Bhatia, who is joining us from Mumbai. Connect to Mr. Bhatia.
हेलो, हाँ सर, मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है?
जी हाँ सुनाई दे रहा है।
अच्छा, वीडियो भी चालू किया है, तो वीडियो भी दिखता है सर?
ठीक आ रहा है, जी हाँ बोलिए।
अच्छा, फर्स्ट तो सर मैं आपको और आपका एंटायर टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन कहूँगा कि बहुत अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया रेवेन्यू, बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं आप लोग, बहुत अच्छी मेहनत करते हैं जो इसमें दिखा रही है। अब बैलेंस शीट के ऊपर जो हमारा लास्ट ईयर का जो 79,118 करोड़ का जो हमारा रेवेन्यू था, उसके सामने ये साल का हमारा 86,374 करोड़ का है, जो 10% करीब अप्रोक्सीमेटली 10% से बड़ा हुआ है रेवेन्यू। और हमारा जो नेट प्रॉफिट है वो तो काफी बड़ा हुआ है, जो लास्ट ईयर हमारा 16,193 करोड़ था स्टैंड अलोन का, उसके सामने ये साल का हमारा 23,339 करोड़, जो एक बहुत अच्छी आप लोग की मेहनत दिखा रही है। कांग्रेट्स फॉर दैट। मैं आपको और आपका टीम को कांग्रेचुलेशन कहूंगा कि आप लोग बहुत अच्छा कंपनी को, कहां से हमारा ₹2 का शेयर जो है उसके सामने हमारा अर्निंग पर शेयर जो है स्टैंड अलोन में ₹33.66, ये बहुत बढ़िया रिजल्ट है। उसमें भी कंसोलिडेटेड में हमारा जो मुनाफा जो है वो हम देखेंगे, ईपीएस जो देखेंगे तो वो भी ₹2 के शेयर के सामने 36.21, वो बहुत बढ़िया दिखा रही है रिजल्ट। तो ये बहुत आप लोग की मेहनत अच्छी है, सब कुछ अच्छा है। मेरे को तो खास आपके इसमें इसके बारे में कुछ सवाल नहीं पूछना है, खाली मेरा एक सजेशन था सर कि हमारा शेयर जो है वो 2 रुपये का शेयर आज की तारीख में मार्केट में 887.50 पैसे में क्लोज हुआ है, जो एक अच्छी साइनिंग दिखा रहा है। और हमारा आखा साल में लोएस्ट पर 642 गया है और हाईएस्ट 887 गया है। तो हो सके तो आप क्यों नहीं 1 रुपये का शेयर कर देते, स्प्लिट करके 1 रुपये का शेयर कीजिए, तो हमें मिनी बोनस जैसा मिल जाएगा। हमें लगेगा कि हमें मिनी बोनस मिला है, 1 का 2 शेयर हो गया। और मैं मानता हूं कि हमारा बैलेंस शीट में भी उसका कोई रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं होएगा, क्योंकि खाली शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी, कोई कैपिटल बढ़ती नहीं है, कोई कैपिटल को भी इफेक्ट नहीं है। तो हो सके तो आपका जो बोर्ड का अगला मीटिंग हो उसमें आप ये बारे में सोचिए और कुछ कीजिए, तो शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी तो भाव भी हम मानते हैं कि भले 1 रुपये का शेयर हो जाएगा अपना, पर 500 रुपये से कम नहीं रहेगा, भाव 500 के ऊपर ही हो जाएगा वापस। और ये भाव भी शायद अपना 800 रुपया भी हो जावे 1 रुपये का शेयर, क्योंकि आप लोग की जो मेहनत जो दिखा रही है बहुत बढ़िया दिखा रही है, अच्छी बात है, अच्छी तरक्की कर रहे हैं। थैंक यू आपने और आपका टीम ने मेरे को, जो आपका सेक्रेटरी टीम ने मेरे को बोलने का मौका दिया। मैं दिनेश भाटिया बॉम्बे से बात करता हूँ। मुंबई से हमें बात करने का, मीटिंग में हाजिर रहने का ये वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस है तो चांस मिला है, बाकी आपको मिलने को हमको बहुत दूर होता है, तो ये बहुत बढ़िया चीज है। जब भी आप अगर हो सके तो अपना आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का एजीएम, हमने देखा है स्टेट बैंक जो है वो एजीएम हमेशा बॉम्बे का बेस है तो बॉम्बे में करती है, पर कभी कभी ईजीएम जो है वो बाहर का आउट स्टेशन में भी करते हैं। तो ऐसा आप भी जो है, भले हमारा ऑफिस गुजरात में है, वडोदरा में, तो हम आप बैंक का मीटिंग एजीएम भले उधर करें, पर कभी ईजीएम रखना पड़े एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जनरल मीटिंग, तो आप मुंबई में करने की रखें तो हमें आप लोग को मिलने का चांस मिले, लाभ मिले। थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you, Mr. Bhatia, for sharing your thoughts and views and attending the AGM. So, thank you, members, for your valuable suggestions and inputs. We have taken note of the same. I request our MD and CEO to answer the queries raised by the members. MD and CEO now.
Thank you, Chairman. While we will provide the answer shortly, request the team in the interim to play a short video on the thoughts shared by some of our valuable customer shareholders.
I've been associated with ICICI Bank for more than 18 years as a customer.
I've been banking with ICICI Bank for the last 10 years.
Customers of ICICI Bank since the bank started in 1994. I'm also one of the oldest shareholders.
ICICI बैंक की जब वर्किंग देखी तो मैंने देखा कि ये बैंक बहुत आगे जाने वाला है और हमने अपने पोर्टफोलियो का 15% सिर्फ इस बैंक में लगाया है।
मैंने ICICI के शेयर्स भी लिए हुए हैं क्योंकि मेरा यूजर एक्सपीरियंस ICICI को लेकर काफी अच्छा रहा है। इनफैक्ट मेरा प्रोडक्ट्स का भी एक्सपीरियंस काफी अच्छा रहा है, जैसे कि इनका क्रेडिट कार्ड हो। इसके अलावा मैंने इनका फाइनेंशियल्स भी देखा है जो कि लास्ट 5 इयर्स में काफी ग्रो किया है और मुझे ये बिलीव है कि बिकॉज ऑफ देयर गुड यूजर एक्सपीरियंस ये आगे भी काफी ग्रो करेंगे और मुझे अच्छे रिटर्न्स मिलेंगे।
I have been associated with ICICI Bank for the past 25 years and my long association with the bank tells that they are very efficient with their services.
I quite frequently use iMobile app for all my banking needs, which is very convenient to me.
I would like to say that this is one of the best bank who's offering all the digital services, and on the basis of that I have taken ICICI Bank share and I am getting good return in it. I would really appreciate the kind of services, the working, the employees and the bank is doing till now.
I opened my account when
The first branch in Senator Road was started. Absolutely no complaints. Whenever I went to the bank, I went to the senior citizen counter direct, and I was given all the services necessary. And at times they never hesitated to even come home and give me the services.
ICICI बैंक से 2011 से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ. एज ए इन्वेस्टर भी मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूँ. आई एम ए शेयर होल्डर ऑफ ICICI बैंक. ICICI बैंक से काफ़ी इम्प्रेस्ड हूँ इसकी वर्किंग से और इसकी रिलेशनशिप से भी.
I'm absolutely impressed by the dedication and the customer centricity of the ICICI. I've been in regular touch with the wealth management team at ICICI, and their regular input and advice in managing my portfolio, recommendations on investment opportunities and market insights are pretty commendable. And I was assigned multiple relationship managers during this tenure with ICICI, but all of them seem to be very dedicated, competent in terms of having this location agnostic customer connect is a big plus point for ICICI.
Happy with everything that the bank is providing to its customers, and we wish the bank all the success in all avenues.
I wish all the best for ICICI to grow as fast as possible as a shareholder, and I wish ICICI Bank and their entire team all the best in future.
I am very happy and proud to be an ICICI customer.
I wish to take this opportunity to record our heartfelt thanks to our shareholders from across the nation for sharing their thoughts. We value the trust reposed by you, which motivates us to strive to do even better with your kind support. In addition to the queries raised by the speaker members, the bank has also received queries through email from few members in advance. As there are many common queries, the replies have been consolidated. It may be noted that the bank is constrained to not respond to queries from shareholders, including through emails, which pertain to matters which are outside the scope of business to be transacted at this meeting, or on matters which may be sub judice or legally privileged, as also on certain matters which may not qualify for public disclosures, including for reasons which are regulatory in nature. The rest of the queries have been considered. I would directionally like to sort of submit that as a bank, we aim to grow the core operating profit in a risk-calibrated manner through a 360-degree customer-centric approach by focusing on ecosystems and micro markets. As a bank, the banking business reflects the performance of the economy, and the strength of the economy in the last couple of years has been one of the main reasons why we have been able to perform the way we have done. We are optimistic. All the global pundits have also been speaking positively about the direction of the Indian economy. So it will be the attempt of our bank to put its best foot forward to serve the economy, and in that manner serve all the stakeholders. Our bank is fundamentally, I would say, inclusive in the sense that it is spread across the length and breadth of the country. It covers the entire geographical spectrum, from the large cities to the smaller towns to the rural areas. Our products straddle the entire sort of needs of the customers across. And directionally the sort of objective is that whatever is required for a customer segment, the bank responds. The bank also has multi-channel offerings. So while digital is embedded as a part of our DNA, The bank also has a physical model, and to that extent it is indeed an hybrid. So there are multi-channels, and it does not really matter. It's the customer choice to deal with us on a physical basis through our branch or through the various platforms that we have given to our customers. Our endeavor, ESG, has been one of the, again, integrated as a part of our core, and we have tried to sort of put our best foot forward there, and also our CSR initiatives, where we have tried to impact the areas which are the need of each of the micro markets and the ecosystems that we are serving. I also would like to mention that there are some specific sort of queries and complaints which I'm requesting my team to sort of take care of separately. Some of the specific points that were mentioned, I would just sort of make and answer them. Our presence, as I mentioned, we are an inclusive bank present in all the cities, including rural areas. So out of the 549 branches as on 30th April, we had 1,193 rural branches and 1,607 semi-urban branches. The regulator has been increasing the repo rates. The deposit rates are also expected to increase over a period of time, and they'll be linked to the rates which are prevailing in the larger market. There were questions on bonus shares. So we continue to focus on the bank's performance, and the bank would consider matters such as bonus as also the split of the share, which was one of the suggestions at an appropriate time. There was a question regarding the breakup of the loans. So of the total loan book, the retail was at 53%. The corporate was about 22%, and the SME and BLG was 10%. So, and then there are other segments which take care of the balance. There was a query related to the interest rates which are offered to the senior citizen. So as we speak, it is in the range of about 50 to 60 basis points extra interest which is given to the senior citizens. And I would like to inform our shareholders that we also have doorstep banking service for our senior citizens. As regards, as I mentioned, digital is a part of our DNA and code of our strategy. We are increasing the digitization, and more accounts are being opened. So the current numbers are that for fixed deposits, about 60% have been opened through digital, and also a large part of the credit card is now digital. So digital actually gives customers friction-free experience. So as the numbers grow, it will only add to the customer experience. And once again, I would like to submit that the physical part of our banking service is available to all those who want to avail the services physically. There were, I would say, on the dividend, there were certain suggestions, and we'll keep, as I said, we have taken note of it, and at the time when the time for the next dividend comes, the board would be pleased to consider it. The NPA number ratio and the numbers have come down. Just to give a broad sense of the numbers, in the year 2018, the net NPA was 278.86 billion, which has come down to about 69.98 billion on the last balance sheet date. There was a query on the international branches. So we have 9 international branches, and the advances are 457.6 billion. So they represent about 5% of our book. There was a query on contingent liabilities. So in a bank, contingent liabilities include bank guarantees and letters of credit, which are a part of the normal business. And as regards investments, of the 5.67 trillion, the main components are the government securities of about 3.26 trillion. And I guess this is from the consolidated part, this number has been taken, where the life insurance company assets held for insurance liabilities account for 1.51 trillion rupees. One would like to inform our shareholders that there was no sale of subsidiaries in the financial year 2022. There were suggestions in respect to AMC listing. We thank you for the suggestion, but as we speak, we do not have any plans to list our asset management company. The specific complaints, including the ones regarded to CIBIL and others, we made note and we will be tackling it separately. Certain other points that we got regarding the return ratios, so our return on equity has improved to 14.8% in financial year 22. The dividend policy is available on the website, and the board considers various factors including regulations, operating environment and the capital requirement while recommending the dividend. There was a question which had come on the DMA expenses which are at 2,257 crores, and these are expenses which are required in the context of the business. I would like to submit that as a bank, we place the highest level of importance and criticality on the conduct, and we have an absolute zero tolerance for anyone doing workplace harassment, and the actions are taken in a framework with all the regulatory sort of frameworks in respect of all the complaints. And also as a bank, we have a zero tolerance for fraud, and that's the way we function. The independent directors, there was a query, and I would like to submit that all the 8 independent directors have been appointed by the shareholders. Regarding the fraud numbers, I have submitted that there is an absolute zero tolerance policy on for frauds. The fraud value, if I may put it, in 2021, it was about 118.41. It's come down to in the year 2022 to 31 billion. Many of these are pertaining to the past, and as per the reporting requirements, these are many of them past which get reported now. Having said that, we take note of all the suggestions which have come, and we are also working very, very focusedly to ensure that the frauds are minimized, and we'll continue to work in this area. I concede that no amount of work is sufficient, and the endeavor should be that it should be a zero tolerance, but I assure that this is an area of focus, and we'll continue to work hard to improve in this area. Regarding Jan Dhan accounts, there was a query. So as there are 21 million financial inclusion accounts in our bank. There was I would say, a query on the electoral bonds. I would like to mention that we have not made any contribution towards electoral bonds. I would like to mention that during the COVID, we had framed a policy to work towards providing the vaccination to all our employees, and I would say all the people who are associated with the bank. And in fact, in the last 1 year, the bank has grown in terms of employees, and about 7,000 employees have been added. So with this, I would say that I have taken care of the queries which were raised. I once again thank you for all your suggestions and inputs, and we will as a bank, continue to work hard and put our best foot forward to serve the interest of all our stakeholders. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandeep. I thank the shareholders for their kind participation from across the nation, including those who also provided us with their share of voice and mind about the bank in the video played. We are deeply grateful to all our shareholders for sparing their valuable time in participating at this AGM. As the queries have now been answered, I would like to inform you that pursuant to Section 108 of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 20 of the Companies Management and Administration Rule 2014, and Regulation 44 of the Securities and Exchange Board of India, Listing Obligations and Disclosure Requirements, Regulation 2015, the bank had provided an opportunity to all its members for exercising their voting rights through remote e-voting for the items of business to be transacted at the AGM, which are as follows. Item number 1, ordinary resolution for adoption of standalone and consolidated financial statements for the financial year ended March 31, 2022. Item number 2, ordinary resolution for declaration of dividend on equity shares for the year ended March 31, 2022 at the rate of rupees 5 per equity share. Item number 3, ordinary resolution for reappointment of Mr. Sandeep Batra, who retires by rotation and, being eligible, offers himself for reappointment. Item number 4, ordinary resolution for reappointment of Messrs. MSKA and Associates Chartered Accountants as one of the joint statutory auditors of the bank. Item number 5, ordinary resolution for a reappointment of Messrs. KKC and Associates LLP Chartered Accountants, formerly Messrs. Khimji Kumarji and Company LLP, as one of the joint statutory auditors of the bank. With reference to item number 4 and 5, I have to update the members that the bank has received approval from Reserve Bank of India for reappointment of Messrs. MSKA and Associates Chartered Accountants and Messrs. KKC and Associates LLP Chartered Accountants, formerly Messrs. Khimji Kumarji and Company LLP, as joint statutory auditors of the bank for fiscal 2023. RBI approval letter is also available for inspection. Item number 6, special resolution for reappointment of Ms. Neelam Dhawan as an independent director of the bank for a second term commencing from January 12, 2023 to January 11, 2026. Item number 7, special resolution for reappointment of Mr. Uday Chitle as an independent director of the bank for a second term commencing from January 17, 2023 to October 19, 2024. Item number 8, special resolution for reappointment of Mr. Radhakrishnan Nair as an independent director of the bank for a second term commencing from May 2, 2023 to May 1, 2026. Item number 9, ordinary resolution for appointment of Mr. Rakesh Jha as a director of the bank. Item number 10, ordinary resolution for appointment of Mr. Rakesh Jha as a whole-time director designated as an executive director of the bank. Item number 11, ordinary resolution for revision in remuneration of Mr. Sandeep Bakshi, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Item number 12, ordinary resolution for revision in remuneration of Mr. Anup Bakshi, Executive Director. Item number 13, ordinary resolution for revision in remuneration of Mr. Sandeep Batra, Executive Director. Item number 14, ordinary resolution for revision in remuneration of Ms. Vishakha Mule, erstwhile Executive Director. Item number 15, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for current account deposits. Item number 16, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for subscription of securities issued by related parties and purchase of securities from related parties. Item number 17, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for sale of securities to related parties. Item number 18, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for fund-based and non-fund-based credit facilities. Item number 19, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for repurchase, repo transactions and other permitted short-term borrowing transactions. Item number 20, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions of reverse repurchase, reverse repo transactions and other permitted short-term lending transactions. Item number 21, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for availing manpower services for certain activities of the bank from related party. Item number 22, ordinary resolution for material related party transactions for availing insurance services from related party. Item number 23, a special resolution for approval and adoption of ICICI Bank Employees Stock Unit Scheme 2022. Item number 24, special resolution for approval of grant of units to the eligible employees of select unlisted wholly owned subsidiaries under ICICI Bank Employees Stock Unit Scheme 2022. The relevant explanatory statements in respect of item number 4 to 24 are provided in the notice of AGM. The remote e-voting facility was provided to the members from Friday, August 26, 2022, 9 a.m. IST to Monday, August 29, 2022, 5 p.m. IST through National Securities Depository Limited, NSDL, to exercise their votes in proportion to their shareholding as on August 23, 2022, which was the cutoff date fixed for voting in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. The bank is also providing e-voting facility for members attending the meeting who have not already cast their vote by remote e-voting. Mr. Elvin D'Souza of Elvin D'Souza and Company, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as the scrutinizer for the remote e-voting prior to the AGM and for e-voting during the AGM. Members holding shares as on the cutoff date, that is August 23, 2022, and have not cast their vote by remote e-voting may exercise their right to cast their votes through e-voting, which will remain open for 15 minutes. This concludes the formal business of the meeting, and I declare the meeting as closed. I authorize any executive director or the company secretary to declare the voting results. The voting results, along with the consolidated scrutinizer's report, will be announced to the stock exchanges and will be disseminated on the website of the bank and NSDL. The voting results will also be displayed at the registered office as well as at the corporate office of the bank. The same would be duly recorded as a part of the proceedings of the AGM. Thank you once again all for your support and cooperation. Thank you for attending the annual general meeting. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care. Bye. Thank you.